Word is when I gathered Grandma on one Sunday day.
Drink all the milk now.
Yes. I like the drumstick.
The drumstick, too. Bobby, come on, get out from under there. That's a new suit.
And if you get a headache later on, that's when Bayer works wonders. 2 Bayer tablets bring all the pain relief power your headache can use. Bayer is pure aspirin, not just part aspirin. Bayer works wonders.
Mama told me, mama told me, mama told mama told me, baby, come home. Well, I lost my job and my rent is due. All I got to my name is this cup of soup. I call my mama on the phone, oh, I'm so alone. She said, baby, why don't you just move back home now? Mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, baby, come, come. Mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, baby, come home. Mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, baby, come, come. Mama told me, mama told me, mama told me, baby, come home. I got to move back in. Shit.
Cool. This is a song about my neighbor growing up. He was not a good person, and some very unjust things happened when I was growing up. And this is the beginning of justice to the song, as if that matters. Anyway, thank you again. Thanks, Joanna. Thanks so far. This is like so cool to do this. My dog died in 2005. She was holding my heart and I was holding her hide in the rain. My neighbor Joe shot my dog. He said I killed her cause you called the cops on me. When I die, my only ghost is for you, Joe. Otherwise, I'm staying low when I go. After that, my grandpa passed. At night, sometimes I wondered when we'd meet. My dad said, when you're dead, you're dead. My mother disagreed. I said, when I die, my only ghost is for our neighbor Joe. Otherwise, I'm staying low when I go. I hated Joe, he had a daughter though, and I would carve her name on the creek stone. I was hunting raccoons in the wax moon. She came to me one day before the dawn. She said, hold me, she said she couldn't sleep. She said she had a vision where she lay. In the low weeds of the dry creek, and her naked body was covered with snakes. That's how I'll die, she said, and I said I'd be glad to die with you that way. Any day. How's Tuesday? A Wednesday? When I die, my only ghost is for your daddy, Joe. Otherwise, I'm staying gone when I go.
Hey, let's take a minute and meet Clark Kent, or Superman.
Chief, believe me, you're in for a treat just as soon as Jimmy gets back here.
Great Caesar's ghost. What's holding him up? You know I can't work without a good breakfast.
Chief, Jimmy's bringing a box of Kellogg's Sugar Smacks.
All the more reason for hurrying. Confound it, that boy knows I like those new Sugar Smacks.
And he knows I do, too. And that's a cinch.
Well, here I am. Young man, if you spill those new Sugar Smacks, you're fired.
Golly, Chief, I hadn't opened up the box yet. But I'm going to now.
Well, I guess we all agree on Sugar Smacks.
Right.
Folks, don't wait. Get Kellogg's new Sugar Smacks. They're better than ever. Puffs of wheat, sugar toasted, and candy sweet.
You bet. Just get Kellogg's Sugar Smacks, brand new.
Once again, we join the adorable penguin family in their quest for fun, adventure, and delectable treats along the highways and byways of America.
Penguins? Not again. I'm thirsty. Me too. Uh-oh. Looks like another job for Clark Crow. Here goes. Charge! That should do it. Now, how about something cold and refreshing for those dry throats?
I'd like a Diet Coke.
I'll take an ice cold Coke.
Sprite for me, eh?
There's plenty of popcorn and candy, too.
Four score. I mean, 4 more cups of Coke, please.
Fully! We cannot tell a lie.
Coke is it.
Now it's your turn to join me at the snack bar for some wonderful refreshments.
You've seen the show. It was quite a treat. But now you'd like something to eat, so right this way to the concession stand serving Castleberries, the best in the land. Yes, sir. Castleberries is real Southern barbecue. Choice cuts of meat slowly cooked over open pits of smoldering oak coals for honest-to-goodness barbecue flavor. You'll also find hot coffee, cold soft drinks, and delicious ice cream in our snack bar to go with your Castleberry sandwich. Just look at that generous helping of rich, juicy barbecue. Yum, yum. For a real taste thrill, Castleberry's barbecue will fill the bill.
I like y'all's song a lot. That was cool.
It's real pretty.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Needed the shelter of someone's arms, and there you were.
Needed someone to understand my ups and downs, and there you were.
With sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotion. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
Ooh, it feels so fine.
How sweet it is to be loved by you.
Close my eyes at night, wondering where would I be without you in my life.
Everything I did is just a bore. Everywhere I went, I've been there before.
But you brighten up for me all of my days, with love so sweet in so many ways.
I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Oh, it's like sugar, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you. You were better for me than I was for myself.
Me, there's you, ain't nobody else. I wanna
stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. Yeah. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
Ooh, it's like honey to the bee, yeah.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. It's just like jelly, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you.
I'm Dean Hill, director of Bands of Town View Center, and we were somewhat the lead person for the Dallas Bands Showcase United, which is a battle of bands in the traditional sense. This one is, you know, in our competition, lots of times the loss of the bands are just coming up, never get an opportunity to really win, so we thought we would open this up so it become a win-win for everyone. And as you can see today, that did not lessen the competition at all. It gives them an opportunity to, you know, really grow their craft, their leadership skills, communication. It's so much, you know. They get a chance to see how to work together in an organization. Many of them come to me, you know, very shy, but when they get that opportunity to see how they fit in and begin to see some success, it makes all the world of difference. The big thing in music, we want them to have an opportunity to go on further their education. Many of them will, you know, just do it as a hobby. Lots of them will use it as a career as well. So we try to prepare them to do all of that in the field of music.
So you're a sheriff, right?
Yes, sir. Been one for over 30 years. They found a dead body over by the railroad tracks.
Fingerprints in the casings are his. Michael Baines.
Hey, they left, buddy.
Oh, man, that'd be great, man. Mike. My name's Mike.
Nice to meet you, Mike.
I got some business to take care of up in Houston. How far are you headed? Marcus, what's going on, man? What happened?
2 homicides in the same month.
Odd, ain't it? I guess our town ain't as peaceful and innocent as we thought it was.
Well, some people don't know how messed up they are. Others do and embrace the fact. What's that guy doing?
No one knows what motivates this guy to do what he does. He's the most sporadic killer I ever dealt with.
You killed all those people. It was you all along, wasn't it?
Just who are you, Mr. Mako?
A Northwest Mountie, and he's been trailing this desperate character for 3 years.
And I'm tired. Well, it's him or me.
Uh-oh. He's got an aching head, an upset stomach,
and an empty gun.
What you need is some Alka-Seltzer. You know what they always say.
Yeah, a Mountie always gets his man.
Oh, no. I mean about Alka-Seltzer. Relief is just a swallow away.
Well.
Down, 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 the stomach through. Round, 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 the system too. With Alka-Seltzer, they always say, relief is just a swallow away.
Bless that relief-giving Alka-Seltzer.
For that headachy, upset feeling, take Alka-Seltzer. Relief is just a swallow away.
God, give me the strength not to kill this man.
Grape Nuts breakfast time.
Good. Crunchy little nuggets bursting with nut sweet flavor.
Well, first we got to exercise them.
Do we have to?
Now, that's our agreement. We got to keep slim and trim. It helps to eat the right kind of foods, like a post-Grape Nuts breakfast.
I do, honest.
And we got to exercise.
How all?
You want your post-Grape Nuts?
Barn.
Come on.
A Grape Nuts breakfast fills you up, not out. 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 Fills you up, not out.
Delicious.
Lucy,
Yes, dear.
give me a cigarette, will you, hon?
Don't say cigarettes, say Philip Morris.
Oh? Is there any other kind?
Not for you, there isn't. Nothing but the best for Mr. Ricardo.
Thank you. Lucy, you're so good to me.
You see how easy it is to keep a man happy? Why not give your husband a carton of Philip Morris cigarettes?
Smart move. He'll love them for their mildness, their smoothness, and their wonderful good taste. And he'll love you, too, for thinking of him.
That's right. Good night, everybody. And don't forget, call for Philip Morris. Call for Philip Morris!
In the old mail car was fearless Fred, guarding a precious sack. When the bandits appeared from everywhere, our hero to attack. The fight was over, just like that, and up spoke fearless, sack in hand.
I'm awfully sorry we had this spat, but this is Toddy, the chocolate drink that's just grand. Yes, Toddy, the delicious chocolate drink in a can, does taste grand. Ice cold or steaming hot, Toddy hits the spot with everybody. During intermission, at our snack bar, or in your car, see how much better those hot dogs or that popcorn tastes with Toddy.
Delicious.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
Thirsty? The refreshment stand is open with everything to satisfy your taste buds. Here's the menu. The hottest, freshest, crunchiest popcorn. Each kernel popped to its fullest with that real movie time taste. Cold drinks. You'll find your favorite ice-cold, tasty, and thirst-quenching. And hot dogs, hamburgers, and candy, too. Now a short intermission, so you'll have time to make your selection before the show begins. It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Your attention, please. All new Hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
Top quality hamburgers, the most popular snack in the country. We serve them plain or garnished to your taste.
Just 1 minute to go.
As you leave the theater, folks, please be careful. Don't let this happen to your car. Be sure to remove the speaker before you leave. If you should accidentally pull a speaker loose, please turn it in at our snack bar or box office. Thank you. And now, on with the show.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. We're done with Corona Canvas 1. We're taking it to the gallery. It's on canvas, so we're going to roll it up, take it downtown Fort Worth, the shipping and receiving, and hopefully everything goes smooth. Restapling, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, you cut off something from the museum.
Who's ready? So we're going to take him to the gallery now. Mike's here. We're ready to roll. Finally, I'm
Ready to roll.
Okay.
Like we're rolling canvas.
Rolling the canvas. Well, I mean, how strong is it?
It's Mike. So what's the methodology here?
The methodology is we find a way to get it in the back of the truck, and then we take it down to the gallery.
Without losing it on the highway. Did we forget about you? Charlie, you were supposed to catch that.
Okay, now we've got canvas, Corona Canvas 1 over here. And this is where we're going to paint some sky back in. So this goes down 40 feet. If you look, I've got another 40 feet. Go all the way around, show that whole... So Mike and I are ready. Whenever...
So order some prints.
Yeah, keep us going, y'all. We're going to get more canvas tomorrow and start Corona Canvas 2.
Microphone. All right, we are live.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming over. I'm Brad.
I'm Cameron, the son. My
The
tie is crooked.
Producer and director of our little show
Very
here.
blue today.
I see we have a lot of our good friends joining us, and I thank y'all for coming. It really does feel like y'all are joining us in the studio. It's a total hoot. We're not getting paid for this. We just love doing it so much. It's really cool.
Although, we do have some merch.
If you want merch, I'm making a brand new shirt here today. There's no paint on it currently. By the end of the evening, I'm going to paint until about 10 o'clock, 10:30.
You can get some paint from the Corona Canvas
on the shirt that you can buy at Threadtats.
Threadtats.com/BradSmith.
Capitalism right off the bat, but I hope everybody's having a good
You can also
week.
buy some merch or buy some prints at the Brad Smith page.
Brad
not
Smith.
too early.
Our prints are being printed right now.
The link is in the description. Check that out. You can also give us a virtual tip if you don't want to spend, however much on a print or a shirt. All of it is appreciated so we can keep the show going. Now, what's the update since last week?
Got that out of the way. The update is that we finally found our big piece all-in-one didn't come in. No, so
we had a guy who's a super sweet guy, and he was like, "Oh, this is a great idea. I love what you're doing. I usually do this tent and awning stuff, but I love the idea that we can do this canvas thing. I'm gonna order a whole canvas for you, and you can just take it off.
Order a big roll,
and then we just buy it as we go.
But it hasn't arrived yet.
It turns out nobody's making canvas in the entire country. Either that or it's all bought up.
They're using it for those drive-through testing spots, or maybe even for gloves, and it's cotton, 100% cotton duck fabric. Could be used for anything.
Probably masks, actually.
Masks, yeah.
Cotton
there's
masks.
no telling. There's a shortage. So finally, we took it and hung it anyway, and I just decided I'm going to find some old canvases, and I drove to every tent and awning place in the city and finally found 12 different little pieces.
So this is all
stitched together.
You can, hold on, why don't you spin that camera around?
Okay, go to Corona Cam.
There you go. So that's all, and don't pick it up, but
this new canvas.
That's all like, you can tap.
Some of them have paintings on the back. I found them upstairs in this storage. Some of them one of them over here is 30 years old. It was a practice oil painting I did.
And before he painted it, it looked 30 years old.
Rolled it up over there. But the cool part about it is, because of the pandemic and all the stuff that's happening, we're actually able to recycle this stuff, pull it out. I didn't even know this canvas was up there.
Yeah,
so whoever buys that canvas is going to be able to get a painting on the back of that one. This one, there's all kinds of stuff on the back of these. And I found a few pieces at different shops. It was really hard, inexpensive. It's crazy.
He had to go to several different places, buy like 4x9 and then like 3x2 and like very random, just leftover scraps, and then kind of Frankensteined it together into the size that we needed.
But we had our marketing team out to the studio at a safe distance the other day, and they had a great idea about why not just cut it into pieces so that maybe somebody can't buy the whole thing, but wouldn't it be cool if they bought just little pieces of it? And I've already got this one cut into a dozen pieces. So I thought, man, that is a novel idea. This whole thing that we're doing is a new way to do art shows. The old business model of having an art gallery, and it's all about that is in a big party. What happens when you're 58, you're 57, and you don't like having big soirees and have to be part of a social scene. You just like to make paintings.
I just realized his birthday's coming up soon. We got to do a special birthday stream. That'll be fun.
So anyway, we're just thinking that this might be a new way, because we usually our commercial gets about 10,000 views a week, and we're in a new time of change. It feels like to me. It's like everybody's adapting their businesses. Everything's drive-through, which is what the first Corona Canvas was about. How everybody's adapting to it, and maybe this will force us to do things different, more efficiently. You get to see my art, and we've got a bunch of new products ordered with a bunch of my older art and new stuff that's going to be on it. Just because of this show, we've gotten all kinds of offers to do really cool stuff, and Cameron's here by my side, so we're going to run with it, y'all. It's kind of cool to actually go from 7 bits of interest on my Facebook page to 100,000 a month. That's kind of cool. It shows you the power of just numbers, you know? And we have our great loyal family and friends that come and show up every week, and I hope y'all share it because we don't know where it's going to go, but once we get out of the pandemic, Cameron's going to have his musical friends over. And
that was the plan originally, because we did. Our first guest was the mayor, Ken Shedder of Burleson, and he sat in a special quarantine zone. But you know, we had the idea was, oh, let's have people over, and we can have like someone playing in the corner, playing some music while we do all this. But then we weren't able to. But so once the quarantine ends, we'll be able to actually have people over. So if there's any musicians out there that are fans of ours, we can come over, collaborate, create together. You can entertain.
Well, that's a good thing about putting a bunch of different art together. And sorry about my haircut. I just realized it looks.
He did it himself the other day, so.
I thought I did a good job, but now I see it on camera. I apologize ahead of time. Anyway, so it's kind of cool to mix a bunch of art. Cameron is an artist. He's not just a filmmaker. He grew up with me, going to all my gigs with me. He was mostly the only person I would listen to on a job site to tell me the truth about, does this face look right, or
all of his bosses were like, why are you listening to this 6-year-old whenever I'm the one paying you?
But kids know, they tell you the truth about your art, so I like listening to kids. And Cameron, so he's nurtured it pretty well. He knows exactly how to tell me when I'm going off the road a little bit.
Jumping the shark.
Yeah. So I've had that happen a few times, but mostly he and his mom keep me in reasonable zones.
A few times per painting is what he means.
Yeah. And his mom recently passed about 2.5 months ago, so Cameron and I are starting a whole new life right now, trying to figure out how to maximize our opportunities, as everyone is. But I hope y'all will join us on this journey. Cameron's going to start a fan club kind of thing next week.
Oh yeah, I need to. So like, if we have probably about 1,500 regular viewers, a handful of those are like regular chitty chatters, and if you haven't contributed to any of the chats, please do, because we love to hear from you guys. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll go check it.
Don't be a hero. So we have there's a construction crew fixing up the trees, and they're people, so the dogs get excited because there's new people. Anyway, welcome to the country.
Anyway, so we are really all about collaboration. Cameron works on a show called Hit Record. It's a really cool collaborative community with artists and everything, so that's kind of what we're playing off of. You don't have to be an artist here, but if you have some good ideas, or even some hilarious ideas, that's even better, because we can riff on that for a little bit. Because normally I would be in here on a Saturday afternoon completely by myself with the tunes jammed up, and just rocking out ideas and brainstorming by myself, and Cameron would wander through, and it'd be basically him and I brainstorming. So we thought, man, let's open it up to everybody. That's what would make it fun. So when y'all come to the gallery to see the painting, if you've contributed an idea, or like in tonight's painting, what I'm going to do is draw. It's kind of like Oak Cliff. The last painting was all about downtown Dallas. This is sort of heading towards Burleson, which is where we are. So I want to make the sunset. If anybody can see, Cameron's got a little preview of how I painted the background last night.
I'll pull that up here in a second.
And so that first scene.
Carol's here.
Hey, Carol. The first scene was when the sun came up. And it started over in Dallas, where the first case of the coronavirus came into town. And we're just following it around here. This is going to be like suburbia, but it's going to be Oak Cliff and the Bishop Arts District, and the zoo is over there. I think that's a cool way to get to about half of it. do Oak Cliff here just to show they're not in the city, but it still affected their neighborhood quite a lot. This is just ideas. If anybody lives in Oak Cliff, please send me your photos. But I just wanted to have a way to draw, an excuse really, to draw the houses under bridges. You know,
Aaron's watching.
Aaron, how you doing, man? When you're driving on
your
the
sister, Aaron.
Oh, my sister, Aaron. Hello, Aaron.
Aaron, not Aaron.
Oh, okay. But you know how when you're driving on the highway and you look over and you're like, man, there's people living down there. I wonder what that's like to live next to the highway. You look up, there's all these people traveling by. Well, that's what I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw something down here under the highway. Get into the Texas Theater here, where they found Oswald, just because it's a beautiful building and quite historic. And
Carol,
Cameron's done some film shows and art shows over there, and it's a cool place to go. That's where they caught Oswald after the Kennedy assassination.
I sat in his chair. It was not spectacular. They don't have it labeled or anything. I guess it's not really something we really like to talk about.
Well,
except we do. We have a whole museum and an X on the spot where Kennedy got shot.
It brings a lot of tourist dollars in, so it's still something to talk about.
Sorry, I'm so overexposed. We have the door right here.
We're not sure why.
I look like a ghost.
We can move it, Cam.
No, it looks good. It's just I'm a ghost, but that's okay.
That's all right, man. The good color's over here.
Yeah.
So we got our second camera, which is cool because every week we've just tried to make it broadcast a little better. Cameron and I have been broadcasting art since he was about 12. We used to go on Fox 4 and paint the same kind of thing live on the air for about 4 hours while they were doing the news in the background. So we enjoy doing it, and I hope you're either painting at home. A lot of people have been sending us drawings and paintings of what I'm painting while I'm painting it, which is totally trippy, but it's awesome, and I sure appreciate it, and it gets me really excited because that's just so cool because we're all kind of working on ideas together. I've been painting for about 40 years, so this is nothing new to me. I just thought it'd be cool to use my hands and skills with maybe other people's ideas. I've got a million ideas myself, but I don't think of everything. I'm open to suggestions. In fact, if brainstorming is half the fun of being an artist, you're kind of improvising like a comedian or something.
Kim and Brian, good to see you.
Hey, Kim and Brian. I don't think they've joined us before, but
no,
it's great
good to see you. Thank you for coming in. I mean, they might have stopped by, but I don't think we've shouted them out.
I hope y'all are doing well.
My eyes look real pretty.
On Facebook, and so y'all feel free to jump in if you have ideas or criticisms, or my hair looks too bad, or you want to just cheer me up and say it doesn't look that bad. I know.
If there are any hairdressers out there, you can join the chat and walk him through cutting his own hair. That'd be fun.
That'd be kind of fun, but that wouldn't be good TV.
I think it'd be hilarious television.
Well, I do have some dog shear type of thing, so I was going to do that.
Now, where are those big, giant, rusty ones you found in the barn?
I got a bunch of those, but we're not going to go there. So I've got to turn the horse's water off because it's overflowing.
Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to show he last night, after he kind of Frankensteined all this together, he primed it, as you need to, and he got the sunset kind of ready here, because we knew from the beginning this was going to be kind of a sunset scene. I mean, that's not all it's going to be, but, and he time-lapsed the, well, I time-lapsed it for him, the priming of that. So here is that. Let me mute myself. And there you go. My dad hadn't seen it, so he went off into the other room to watch it. But as you can tell, one of the most interesting things that I think is interesting about what he does is, especially clouds that are kind of amorphous anyway, they he hasn't noticed that we're live again, is that it's all just shapes and color. Like, buildings are architectural, they're straight, they're specific shapes, people are specific shapes, but with clouds, he can get a huge thing done in like a night, not even that, a few hours, just because you go wispy wisp in color. It's more about color and blending than it is nailing down a specific shape.
Yeah, I'm mostly just trying to get a feel for it. Like, you could do that anywhere because I'm really...
Hey, Fudge, you came back with some schmutz on your face.
Oh, I got charcoal on me. Sorry. Let me see.
Where? Well, I think you just got here. Yeah, you got it.
We go through this quite a lot, y'all.
Carol says your hair looks fine.
Oh, thank you, Carol.
Oh, it looks a lot worse it looks like you have a mustache.
With my hair?
It's like a Fuhrer, but kind of off to the side.
Okay, y'all, I am really excited about starting this, so I'm going to jump on it, but I just wanted to let you know that that thing took me, as exhausting as it was to watch, it was equally as hard to paint, because I wanted to do the whole thing on the wet canvas when I primed it, because it stretches it real tight, and the colors blend really well with it wet, but you only have about 30 minutes to an hour before it starts drying. So you got to keep the whole thing going almost like a marathon, you know, up until you can leave it alone, and then you leave it alone, walk away, and don't look at it. So I didn't look at it until this morning when I came over and let the dog out. And man, I'm so excited about this, because this is the first phase of the sunset. And then the next painting after this, which I've already planned, is going to be the sunset out in the country and see how the COVID has affected that. My cousin Scotty and Chrissy, they do stargazing, so we're going to go off on that, and it's going to be cool, man.
Oh, nice. Karen says, hey guys, unexpected Saturday off, she gets to watch it live. Good to see you, Karen. Also, we are using a new aggregator, which, if you have followed us before, is an absolute pain. The old one we were using, but we're using a new one now. Hopefully it's a lot more stable, but it also, there's more of a lag than there was before. Excuse me. So if you say something, then it might take us upwards of a minute to respond, but we will try. But good to see you, Karen. Thank you for watching live. That's so exciting.
I missed you, Karen. She works at Lowe's in the paint department because everybody in our family is in paint somehow. A lot of us are artists. She mixes paint, and that's known colors really good. In fact, here, not only are we having trouble during this pandemic finding canvas, but paint is also very difficult to find. I mean, there was a line, I didn't have time because our show was on, at Walmart. Cameron let me get out and go shopping a little bit with a mask on, the proper N95 mask. Is that it, Cam?
Speaking of which, yes, N is in Nicholas. He was able to find a huge bottle of hand sanitizer
at
Lowe's in Fort Worth. That is amazing.
Yeah, with 70%
none of
alcohol.
these little dinkaroos.
And I hadn't been out in a while, y'all. And the whole world has changed. The whole thing with
it's apocalyptic.
The visual of the separation. The masks, the whole thing is freaky, man. Some people are nice, but they can't tell that you're smiling under your mask at them, trying to give them a, considerate smile, or some people are grumpy. It was weird.
It really hit me whenever I was waiting at the HEB, and, it was when, I don't think they're still doing it anymore, but it was right whenever they were only allowing a certain amount of customers in at a store at a time, which I think they should do regularly. It made it a lot nicer of a shopping experience, but then people have to wait outside. But it felt, because they had the shopping carts right outside the gates, and someone at a station wiping down the carts and handing you things. Yeah. Everyone was in a mask and 6 feet. It felt so apocalyptic because it was like cattle's being herd down like a chute.
Oh, really?
And,
I will tell you that it was awkward because there was no art supplies left. Luckily, I had bought it. The rest of them, I think, this week, because they had the shelves were actually empty, so it was really freaky. I mean, I've never seen this in my whole life, and I've been an artist since I was 15. And there's always
it's kind of
been art
exciting,
supplies.
though, because everyone's
It's cool,
making
it's
art.
a change. We're adapting. I'm using up all my old canvas. And
Joshua Dixon, good to see you. Thank you for joining the stream, whoever you are.
Yes, thanks for
Kim
coming
and
over.
Brian say, love the exercise commercial. You guys are so
thank
funny.
you.
Glad y'all are doing this. We are so glad to have you.
We love
as
doing
well.
these little videos. We come up with an idea after lunch sometimes. We've been watching a lot of comedies, trying to keep our spirits high. And, man, it's so fun working with Cameron here. We get to just, I mean, literally, he's been filming me as long as he's known me. Because he's always been a filmmaker, so I'm so comfortable with him. He knows exactly how to get me to act really goofy.
It's easy. It's super easy.
And
in fact, just tell him to say one line of dialogue and he'll make it goofy. It's
Well, he showed me some movie last night, John Wick, and I'm working on a Keanu Reeves imitation. If anybody could hear that. I know I'll have to grow a beard, but I'm going to do it. We're going to do a little short film called Brad Wick.
Brad John Wick.
Brad John Wick.
Brad Smith John Wick.
I think I can pull it off, especially the fighting scenes. I'm a macho guy.
Okay, come over here and
According
get
to my
into John Wick.
video.
Get into John Wick character here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, run some lines with me.
Okay.
There's Keanu. Wait, I wish I had a beard.
That's okay. Just you got a beard. Okay, so Brad John Wick. We need paint from the Lowe's.
We need paint from the Lowe's.
Can you go get it?
I can go get it.
Why are you repeating everything I'm saying?
I'm John Wick.
We need blue paint.
I'm Brad John Wick.
I think that's pretty good.
I don't know. I'm trying to get in.
He's just working on the
I just
character. He's
saw
working on the
last
voice,
night.
working on the character.
I don't know how popular John Wick is, but in the movie, all they have to do is say John Wick.
And everyone's like, oh, you messed with the wrong guy.
Yeah, I better get to work. There's people tuned in to see me paint a picture. Not do John Wick.
Okay, so what are you going to paint today? I'm going to pull up the sketch here.
Okay, I've got a sketch there. That's what I'm going for. I'm going to do.
It's a very light, detailed sketch.
Yes.
There's not much. There's certainly not a lot of content in it, but
I did that sketch 2 weeks ago, or a month ago when we started this whole thing. This was kind of what it was supposed to be. Some houses under here. I don't know, y'all. I've got the sketch here, and I'm just going to run with it. If anybody has any ideas, I'm going to have houses here, and I'm going to open up the roofs so we can look in the houses and see what everybody is doing during the pandemic in their house. So please send us pictures of your family, not looking at the camera, but looking at each other, and take a picture of it, please. You can be scared, you can be happy. You can
yes,
be
we
sick
got a
each
lot of
other.
submissions for one of our paintings, which you can hold on. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. We got a lot of submissions for this painting here. Oh, nope, not that. Which we painted live not too long ago, a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, yes. And those are the prints that are going to be
that
are available.
And we got a lot of lovely submissions. However, most of the submissions were people taking selfies, like literally selfies, and you can't use that when we're trying to make something with
Well, you
narrative.
know, not in a painting. People aren't looking at the viewers; they're looking at the person sitting
Yeah,
across.
it's
from
not. It's not community. We're not looking at the audience. But
Yeah.
So if you would like, please send us your photos of what you're doing during the pandemic outside, being scared, looking through windows, being excited about whatever is happening. You know, homeschooling stuff. Kim and Brian says, Lila is watching you too. She's a little artist as well. When all this crazy is over, she needs to bring Lila to see the studio. That is very,
That's
very
a
true.
great idea.
But if she's drawing along, please send us photos. That would be adorable to see some of that.
Yeah, that's cool. We love that.
Okay, so there's the sketch. I'm going to get rid of the sketch so we can see more of you.
Let's see if that's what I even like. I'm just drawing shapes in here right now. This is all just some chalk, like you draw on the sidewalk. I don't know if anybody has these for their kids, but there's no reason to get crazy with the dark charcoal yet. None of these lines will show up in the end of the painting.
Whatever works. So all you need is to see what you're painting.
Yeah.
You don't need the...
I don't even know if I like this, so we're going to see. Okay, there's the front of the house. Or maybe that's the side, I'm not sure.
Scruffy is barking, so I'm going to go let him out.
Okay, I've got the backyard there. I think I'm going to make that the backyard. And the neighbors are just this close. Okay, maybe I'll put another house here. Now, when you're thinking about a 40-foot painting, the thing is that 40 feet on an 80-foot wall, that would be the last painting was the center of the piece. So this piece is 30 feet. So I'm going to change the perspective right here in the middle so that it looks like you're looking at the middle of something. So when you look to the right, it'll look like you're looking to the right. Not everything stationary in the perspective's always the same, because these murals are so big. Something that's different than doing a small painting is that these paintings are bigger than you are. So you can actually use how people view things, just like they do in a movie theater, to control how you put your items in there. So that their eye, we know people go left to right when they read, so they're going to do the same thing visually. We're trained that way from childhood. So I'm going to have you looking here, and if you were in the center of the painting, eventually you're going to be looking way down there. So it all has to look like it's real, depending on where you're at standing in front of a 100-foot painting. This painting could go on forever. I don't know how long you're going to keep it.
I mean, you saw if you were here earlier, you saw the length of the place where Corona Canvas Section 1 is. It literally could go for 1,000, 1,500 feet,
joining
maybe.
them together. So I'm going to paint our world we're living in today. Should be the definition of a contemporary art piece.
Modern art is the now.
It's right.
Is living right now.
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of. I don't know if y'all can see that. If not,
No, you can see it real good.
Draw it in some darker colors here in just a second. I'm just doing simple 2-point perspective. This is not difficult because I really don't care if it looks 100% right. I just want it to look interesting.
Well, especially because a lot of what you do, I mean, he does and can do the photorealistic thing, and I love it when he does. But the reason you go to a Brad Smith is not because of the photorealism. It's because of the narrative and the content and the colors and the
ideas in there.
The ideas and the
that's what photos are for, in my opinion. I don't have enough of attention span to get too crazy with it. So on a mural, it's not about that. It's like when you walk into the room at shipping and receiving, I've got a 2-story mural over there on the outside of the building, all the way around. I've been working on for 6 years now, down in the near south side in Fort Worth. So when you walk into the door, you're all of a sudden going to walk into the mural. Not only is it on the outside of the building, it's going to be all over the inside. So that's going to be so immersive. That's going to be super cool once they let us free to go through there.
And he was doing that one. He's been, I mean, it's still an ongoing project. It's much like the Corona Canvas, about whatever's happening then and there.
When I'm over there, I just put in whatever's happening in the news, and just whatever's on my mind that week, so that it really is a mark of our time. That's, really an artist is the old cavemen. They drew what they were seeing, which were the animals out there, and now they use it.
Speaking of animals out there, I gotta go get Phoebe out of the pasture.
Phoebe, get over here.
She's looking at us.
She's used to walking out in the pasture.
Yeah, but she should know not to do it without people.
Sorry about that, y'all. We just put up a new fence and everything. We're trying to keep the dog in, but now she's realized she can go in the back pasture. Can't contain her.
There she goes.
Anyway, all right. Well, she knows how to get back.
Oh yeah, so long as she doesn't go in pasture 2 or more.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. She's scared enough of the horses. Anyway, so if anybody can see this is the house. I gotta keep stepping back and seeing how all this
Shelby
looks.
Reed, good to see you again.
Shelby, how are
Thank you
doing?
for joining the stream. How you doing?
Yeah, good to see y'all. I hope y'all are staying safe out there with that She's not a baby. She's getting bigger. Daughter's got to be, what, almost getting to be 2 or something. So, good to hear from y'all. Thanks for coming over to the studio. Your husband Jordan came over here his whole life, so it's just fun to have the family here. So I think this is kind of cool. I kind of like how this is setting back this way, because there's going to be a highway back here. I can put cars coming through here. So there'll be sort of a whole thing where it's not just one thing, it's a lot of things.
She says, hello, we are good, we miss y'all.
Aww.
Well, it's nice to see you. One thing that is, and then you'll probably find by the end of today's episode, is he's known for having paint all over him, so much so that if you go to the Christmas thing, which is where we hang out with Shelby a lot, or not a lot, but whenever we see her. Christmas. You'll shake his hand, give him a hug, and then you'll find paint on yourself somewhere 6 months later. It's like, oh yeah, I hung out with Brad for 20 minutes 6 months ago. That's right. That makes sense.
Well, that was more when we had oil paint around a lot. We're mostly using.
She will be 3 in November.
Oh my God!
What? When in November? Because that's also my birthday.
Cambro. He won't give his age. We're not sure why.
I like the mysteriousness, and also, according to the exposure on this camera right here, I'm actually a ghost. So who knows how old I am? Maybe I'm hundreds of years old. I do dress like it's the 60s or the 50s. Shelby says he didn't tell me he stopped by. I'm glad he got time. Bradley White, a different Bradley. There's more than one of y'all out there. When I met him, he had a suit on or just a suit jacket and was covered in paint, and his pants also. He's such a good artist.
That's the way to be.
So you once knew a Bradley as well.
Nice.
Yes. More than one. The Brad fam.
Was the vintage jacket from the Salvation Army? That's a good telltale sign of a real artist.
Shelby, my birthday is on the 4th, so we're almost twinsies there. That's fun. November. Hers is on. It's November 10th.
Oh.
It's only 6 days.
I can't believe she's gonna be.
She's only 6 days younger than I am. That's crazy.
No, we got a family show going on here. That's all I'm saying. That's a great place to start any venture.
That's cool. Hey, tell us more stories about my dad whenever he was young.
Wait, who are we talking to now?
Bradley White. He came in. He's the one who told me about how when he met you.
Really?
Oh,
I thought you were talking about him, Bradley White.
No.
He was talking about me?
Yeah, Bradley White says when I met him, he had a suit on, just a suit jacket. I guess no clothes other than the suit jacket. Where did you meet this guy?
There's no telling.
It was covered in paint in his pants also. He was such a good artist. Phyllis Macaulay Richards shared this to the Fort Worth Art Scene group page. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's awesome.
Welcome anybody else. That's funny to hear that. It did sound like me. I didn't realize he was actually talking about me, so that's cool.
Yeah, why do you think? Yeah.
I haven't changed. If it was cold enough, I'd be wearing a sport coat.
He has his blazer around here somewhere.
I have my blazer over here. Oh, in my office. But, so, you know, that's just what you wore back in the day. That's probably why Cameron dresses with a tie and everything.
It's because I watched too much Mad Men. It's because when I started working at the newspaper, I could tell in their little conservative, not politically, but also politically, mindsets. They're like, oh, this skinny kid he's got talent, but man, he doesn't know how to wear clothes that fit him, and he's got that long hair, and I was like, oh, I can't be in that stereotype anymore. So
yeah, he had to change his look when he went to Austin. He got official.
It wasn't when I went to Austin. I've been wearing ties since forever. But
oh, I know.
That was in like 2012 or something.
And now, like a proud father, he wears all my old ties because I have no use for them.
I wear the good ones that aren't this wide.
I like those now. Those are back, baby.
They don't look like something Dwight Schrute would wear.
Can you imagine those with paint on them? That would be.
That would actually be really cool.
So I'm going to start wearing those. Okay, after this.
It's like wearing a second shirt. Some of those ties are so wide.
I'm going to I might do that. We're planning a show during the election. so that I can paint in a really political, crazy scene around the election time and see.
Yeah, it looks like because we're opening, or Texas is opening back up, regardless of how foolish you think that is or not. It is. Whenever we get done with this, put it back in the thing. It's probably going to be around election time, so the next canvas, the next season, if you will, of this show will be election canvas or something. We'll have Jack Ray come up with a better name, but something that has some nice alliteration. But yeah.
No, so that's an idea.
So, speaking of sharing to the Fort Worth art scene,
okay.
If you recognize him or his work, you will be able to go see this in Shipping and Receiving in the Tilt Art Gallery inside of Shipping and Receiving. If you would like to support the Fort Worth Arts, please buy some merch at threadtats.com/Brad. There's some really cool shirts with paint from the actual Corona canvas or many of his other murals. There's also cool hats there. You can also check out bradsmithart.com. There's a shop there. You can buy some prints. He painted... all right, everyone, hold on.
We have a drinking game here.
Take a shot when he says, wet on wet. Does anyone even care? When he breaks my gear or if he loses something, that means he's breaking the GoPro. Let's make sure he didn't screw up that angle.
I probably did, man.
Yeah, a little bit. That's not too bad.
Who cares?
It's a GoPro. It's made to go underwater, so it's actually pretty...
So, let it go,
There is paint all over it now, though. That's for sure.
Of course there is. Okay. Does anybody like this? That's what I want to know.
Does anyone care?
Does anybody really care?
Alright, take a shot.
You have to ask yourself that because it's not just about what I care about, it's what the viewer is going to care about once in a while.
You can also give us a virtual tip if you enjoy this show. Links are all in the description everywhere, so please check out the description. Thread Tats is here. You know, all that stuff.
One thing I'm going to do, as soon as I quit talking so much, is start throwing down some paint on there. What do you think, Cameron? Should I? That's enough sketching, isn't it?
I mean, there's not much you've sketched, but yeah. I mean, there's not much in the original sketch, as you can see here, so...
I think it looks cool.
There's the bridge.
But I'm trying to crank this one out, because I can feel the pandemic thing opening up here. So I'm getting through this one, because I want to get to the night scene. So I'm thinking that maybe the sunset is really the beautiful part of this. And then inside the houses, it can be like a real... It's the center of the painting where the center of the people are, and the vast amount of population, probably the vast amount of the COVID-19 is located. So we're going to explore that. I think I'm going to do.
But what are we going to do whenever,
with more houses?
when the COVID comes back with great force after everything's been opened up for a few weeks and everyone's starting to get sick again? Are we going to break out the canvas back again and go back to Corona canvas?
Not the same canvas. We'll be breaking another canvas out. I honestly think...
Actually, it would be COVID-20. It wouldn't be COVID-19.
Well, we'll see when we get out here. I don't even know if we're going to get out by fall. So
That's true.
I'm planning on being here all through the summer, and we'll see what we can come up with. I may get so angry. I'll do protest paintings. No, I mean, our life hasn't changed. We noticed. Because this is what we do anyway. Literally, this is all we do. Is sit here and make movies and art, so it's about the same.
Your protest painting would be you holding up a sign saying bacon does not belong in chicken Alfredo, chicken tomato Alfredo. No bacon and chicken tomato Alfredo. Say it with me. No bacon and chicken tomato Alfredo.
To quit buying bacon in the chicken Alfredo. He puts bacon in everything. Who eats this much bacon for God?
I don't eat that much bacon. He's just trying to make a joke. That's literally the only thing I put bacon in, and it's bacon bits, so it's not even actual bacon.
It's not even real bacon, my man.
I know. It's a nice compliment to the flavor of the chicken tomato Alfredo. You don't think so, but the rest of the internet 100% disagrees with you.
I can't believe it.
100%.
I'm in 100% shock.
Shelby says the sunset is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
K-Ray says maybe a hint of a garden in one of the house yards. Absolutely.
Oh,
Everyone's
yeah,
growing their own
absolutely.
stuff.
Great idea. Definitely need that. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting some chalk.
How about this? We got the second camera thing going down.
No,
here.
I know. Are you flipping back and forth? And
Absolutely.
whatnot?
The whole time. This is
Nice.
cool.
So then, of course,
And it's especially working. We originally got it so that he could wear it because we're doing detail stuff. But it's especially working on this wide shot when we're not doing the details. So everyone, thank you for watching. So thank
Yeah,
you for,
appreciate y'all
and
coming
also
out to
if
rock and roll tonight.
the best thing that you can do is like and subscribe on our YouTube page. You can search us. I can post a link on the Facebook group, but please like and subscribe, comment, all that stuff on whatever platform you choose. But what would be really cool is what Phyllis Macaulay Richards did is share this stream or start a watch party in a group of your choosing about art or local art or I don't know. Just help us get the word out, because the more people we watch, the longer we can. Not the more people we watch. Although that is how we find a lot of our subjects for movies and paintings. But the more people that are watching us, the longer we can keep the show going. So please share, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, y'all, we're
like,
trying to brainstorm a new way for what do people want to do during an art experience, You want to be in our studio while we're making the art, then go to the art show once it's done? How cool is that?
Seeing your own ideas in there,
Yeah.
Every single time, which doesn't happen often, but whenever someone comes over after seeing the painting being made on camera, they're like, oh geez, I didn't realize that it was actually the size of an entire wall. Because
Yeah,
on
looks
camera it
big.
doesn't look as big, but
Now, I don't know if people are drinking yet, but I have already lost my new charcoal.
Alright, so he has, according to the drinking game, the rules are when he loses something, says, does anyone even care? He's actually done all 4 things on this stream, so
I'm sorry.
everyone take 4 shots of your preferred beverage. Speaking of which,
I don't think this has anything
it's
to
Dr.
do with
Pepper
old age.
time. Fudge, do you want your
Yeah, I need some caffeine, even though there's no caffeine in root beer. Where are my
makes your body
charcoal?
feel like there is. Got my Coca-Cola mini
This
fridge.
is frustrating, y'all. I got too much room over here in this studio.
Well,
I need a tight little garage area.
I feel like if you did that, your paintings would be a lot smaller, and that's not the Brad Smith style.
Okay, here they are. I found them. If you haven't had your shot yet, call it off, because I found them.
I think the rule is like 10-15 seconds. if
No,
you're
but
looking.
that means they'll have to have their shot glass in their hand to go at that rate. Okay, thank you. Shot of root beer. I never said alcohol was necessary.
No, none of us did. It's not necessary. If
I'm
you
gonna
ask
rock
me.
and roll on this painting, though, y'all.
How many of these cars are flying is the real question.
Well, there's a highway underneath them.
That doesn't
I
matter.
haven't drawn the flying cars in there yet. I might just keep this a beautiful sunset. I mean, one thing Texas is known for is beautiful sunsets, right?
So one thing that I found funny, and you can see it in the video where we're hanging or stapling up the mural, delivering it to the Tilt Gallery. Remember how we had this? Longtime viewers will remember the whole conversation I had where he started painting on the floor and on the ceiling and all this stuff, and he was like, "Don't worry, Cam. All these planes, all these clouds, all this sky, the smokestacks, all these things, this is just because I don't have the canvas there, but when we get there, I'll transfer it to the wall or put it on a canvas, so this is just kind of a preliminary sketch of the idea so that we can make it a huge piece that's over what we go and hang it, and the canvas is literally the size of the wall, so there is no above the canvas."
Well, no,
So all of that paint was wasted, although, I mean, it does look cool.
It looks nice here in the studio.
It does look cool.
I mean, I know what my boundaries are.
No, apparently not, because
For the first time ever.
you painted over the boundary of what the intended use of the Corona canvas was.
No, I thought we had an agreement about criticizing the old fart.
No, we had an agreement about making fun of the old fart, not criticizing. There's a subtle yet important difference.
No, and I don't think I really sound like that, but I apologize if I do. It kind of, that voice does kind of match my haircut. So, anyway, y'all.
Hey, you should just be glad that at your age you have all your hair.
That's true. I'm losing some of it, but
I mean,
that's
you
all right.
can't
What
tell.
do I care? I mean,
You have
I
all
don't
your
know if
hair
I'll
and
ever
almost
get
all
out
your
of
hair.
here
What?
ever again, so who cares what I look like?
You have almost.
I
all...
only got called a woman twice today.
Both times at Chick-fil-A.
At Chick-fil-A, I had my wife's old tie-dye on. I had one just like it. We wore them like kind of a twinsy couple thing because a musician friend of ours from the rescue, her husband, did them for his rock music situation, so we supported him. And well, apparently my haircut looks very feminine because when I pull up to Chick-fil-A, the young man in the mask says, and I didn't have my mask on in the car, but he says, "I'll be right with you, ma'am." And so he comes over, he says, "Sorry, sir, what'll you have today?" I'll tell him I'm mildly offended, but I'm wearing a yellow shirt and my hair doesn't look exactly good. And so I get it. I think, well, okay, it's, I'm going to keep pulled up here. It's just a one-time thing. Next guy I see says, "Here's your drinks, ma'am." I'm like, oh, man, I got to
See,
go off this
ironically,
yellow
because
shirt.
my voice is a lot more like my mother's than his, so anytime... Jerry, now that all the to-go places...
those are my drinks.
Now that all the to-go places are more in-person instead of over an intercom, it kind of relieved me because anytime I would go to an intercom, there was a very, very likelihood of them hearing my upper register voice, especially when I get louder, saying and say, "Yes, ma'am, that'll be $17.50 or whatever it is." But when I'm in person, obviously I don't look super feminine. But apparently the effect is reversed for my father. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's my Dr. Pepper sweet tea.
But now that they're seeing him in person, they can't tell the difference.
But I think it has to do with the bob haircut.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bob haircut
just saying,
in
I
the
look
kind
like
of
a
floral
Stepford wife.
design looking.
I guess in the 70s, girl glasses. I should put my blue blockers back.
No, they're not girl glasses.
Okay.
They got corners.
All right. Well, I don't know why we care so much about what we look like. Artists shouldn't really care.
No, we don't. I mean, we don't. Misgendering is, especially for like straight males, isn't really that big of a deal. It's not going to hurt us. We haven't gone through anything to.
And anyway, I was a hippie kid, so my whole life everybody thought I was a girl, but the girls always seemed to like it. They never cared. I had a lot of friends that were females. What's wrong with that?
I respect women a lot more than I do a lot of men. So like,
hey, don't make fun of bros. You need your bros too, man.
You're the one who said anything about bros.
Well, I mean your brohams. Your
yeah,
dudes.
but I didn't bring that up.
You gotta have your dudes.
Samson says hi.
Hey, Samson, our famous dancer, actor / anything he wants to be. He's so incredible. Love those new dance videos you and your mom have been doing. I don't know how
they
y'all
took
do
over.
that.
They took over. They're taking TikTok by storm.
I'm telling you, I don't know how y'all do that. You remember all the steps? It's crazy.
We were watching La La Land, and it reminded me of that. But just
Totally.
so many steps, all in one. It's insane.
Now, anybody that can see what I just did.
You drew a house.
Yes, I drew a house, but I wanted to make sure the center, which it was, I already knew it was because this is old school. But by drawing this box, this rectangle, I found the center by going from corner to corner and found my center. So that's where you draw the top of the roof. Hello. So now we know everything's pretty well in order. I'm going to get my level to make sure the roof is level. One thing you don't want to see in a giant landscape is everything unlevel. That doesn't even make sense. I'm not trying to be Picasso.
I mean,
Oh,
even
it might
Picasso.
have been Picasso, but
Even Picasso had order to his chaos.
no, yeah, I know there was reason behind it, but I'm not really going for that. I want this to apply to everybody, not deep arty-minded people. I love deep arty-minded people, but
What have you lost?
I really cannot find my level. It's hard to preach about making sure it's level. Oh, here it is.
Oh.
710 seconds. Do
That
not
was
drink.
no, he was
people.
close.
Do not drink. Because I didn't lose it. Go ahead and drink if you want. Who am I to tell you what to do? Anyway.
We're trying to get these people to pace themselves. We're here,
Oh yeah,
we're here all
early,
day.
y'all. I'm gonna rock and roll tonight. There is some fun stuff happening today. I'm excited to have new canvas. It's like chomping at the bit.
Y'all, from our perspective, it feels, because this is like the height of what we do every week, obviously, and it's kind of our only way of like
keeping alive
and connecting and keeping working. So it feels like we've done a million of these, and it's also because we do such long streams. We're only on episode 8, so can you guys imagine where we are by episode 30 or 50 or 100?
I'm exhausted just thinking about it.
But it'll be a really cool evolution to see where we've come. I mean, look how far we've already come. We got the hashtags in the corner. We got 2 cameras. We got a whole new canvas. You know, a lot of artists wouldn't be able to have made the first canvas, section 1, in a year, let alone within 6 weeks.
Well, that one I kind of, I don't know.
He second guesses himself on everything he does.
I love that.
In the middle of, we were watching John Wick last night, and we were like, "Oh, this will be such a funny movie to do a spoof on." And then about 5 minutes later, he's like, I don't know if there's enough stuff. I don't think we can pull that off.
Does anybody know who John Wick is?
Everybody,
I mean, who is
everybody
this
on
guy?
the planet. They're literally about to film the 4th one.
Oh, okay. All right, I've been out of touch, y'all.
And he said he wouldn't stop making them if they still have stories.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make fun of him.
Oh, we don't have to make fun of them. It's just generic action movies. I mean, I think not to sound arty, but
What do you mean?
the juxtaposition of the stereotypical artist is that we're kind of wafy and and so serious. So if we're doing like an action comedy spoof that goes against type, and that's always nice to see.
I don't know what you mean.
What is type? I only know revenge.
He killed my dog.
He made fun of my dog.
He stole my van and made fun of my dog. I didn't want my dog to die in the story, so I changed it up a little.
He stole my house in my painting. He painted a house that looked just like my house. He
His
stole
house
my
was
idea.
out of
Actually, that
perspective.
might not be a bad idea. Instead of someone stealing your car, they stole your idea.
Oh, that's happened many times.
Right. It's kind of like comedy.
He stole my idea.
He stole the Corona cameras. He's doing COVID canvas. We have to track him down.
He insulted my dog.
He stole COVID canvas and insulted my dog. Ugh.
I've done several movies in this same character. Some I have a beard, some I do not.
The personality for this character is, I have a beard.
I'm just visiting. See, there's no applause coming, Cameron. Nobody likes John Wick. I don't hear anybody laughing.
That's because this is the internet. That's not how this
okay.
show works.
All right.
Although, if you want to call in, we can arrange some
Give me
sort
a
of
call. Give me a call if anybody has an entertaining idea, because now this has turned into entertainment, not just Brad working.
So today is our first day with a gate and a fence, and so that we can let the dogs kind of roam free. And if you can't tell, this is the wild one.
She's been running like nonstop since this morning.
it looks like what would happen after the John Wick bad guys got to her.
My dog is tired.
They let my dog out, and she got too tired, so she's been asleep this whole time.
Too tired?
Anyway, would you let me focus, man? You're gonna get me lost on the John Wick.
What do you think this is? What do you think this show is? It's just you getting lost.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're the one that watches every episode. You should know that.
I don't watch every episode.
Oh hush! I get home or wake up in the middle of the night and I hear my voice coming from the bedroom and you go ah.
That's because I'm looking at these paintings like I don't see it like I see it from my head. When I can go back and see my mistakes on the TV screen, it's crazy.
How many times did you watch the workout video? And be honest.
It's so funny. It's not even like it's me, man. I'm in a character. I don't even recognize it as me. It's just so funny that it looks so goofy, and I'm like, where does that guy come from?
It's good. It's funny because I think, and what might be kind of cool to you, I was realizing as we've been making these kind of spoof things, is all of my movie seal comes from the movies that you showed me or that you allowed me.
That's true.
That you rented for me. Even actually, what's funny is I'm finding how many movies that he would just rent and give me, and I would just go watch them, and that he didn't watch with me.
Yeah, I had to give him an instruction on what. I'm a huge movie fan, man.
But he hadn't even seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was on the other night, and it was awesome.
Yes,
obviously,
it was.
That's one of my favorites, and he had never seen it. He knew the second one with Short Round, and he was like, "Where's the one with his little kid like partner guy?"
I didn't see it, man.
It's
I
crazy.
was busy at that age, my friend. I was like 20 years old. But it was a great movie, y'all. That was a great movie. Now, I know I've seen each incredible scene as an icon, so I've seen the whole movie in different clips because everybody plays it.
He kept being like, "Oh, this is where that scene comes. This is what I've seen this."
I don't even think since they invented digital cameras, films have been made that well. The shots, the lighting, oh my gosh. Y'all go back and watch that. That was
in the 80s, too. It's absolutely remarkable for it being in the 80s, because in the 80s, same thing with Blade Runner, if you go watch that, like, they purposely make it out of time. Like, they go back to old school Hollywood filmmaking techniques, and it makes it stand out so much better than anything that was around. Because in the 80s, they were experimenting with video and experimenting with videotape and beta and all this stuff and different types of lighting and ways to shoot and ways to edit, and a lot of it does not hold up. Just technically, it literally doesn't hold up. So when you're watching something like Raiders or Blade Runner that is a total throwback, then it's really cool to see it.
Well, just imagine if how much work Harrison Ford did compared to John Wick.
It's almost the same character, but with more personality somehow.
Because Harrison Ford had personality all over.
Mm-hmm.
What were they thinking? Mm-hmm. I mean, I want more Harrison Ford, less John
Although there
Wick.
were a lot more jokes in John Wick than I remembered there. I mean, you'd only see them the one time, but...
What was that first movie Keanu Reeves did where he was in...
Speed?
Ted's Adventures?
Oh, yeah, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah.
They just got done filming the third one.
Now, we ought to combo those two and make a video out of it. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure with John Wick in the studio. We're trying to make it about art, y'all, just to make it relevant, or I really look stupid doing it. It's okay to make art stupid, because I've been doing this 40 years and I can paint anything, so I don't care about making fun of myself, as long as it has to do with art. We get into the real world, it's going to be holy. You know, my wife would be killing me if I did some of this stuff, I'm telling you. Luckily, she's not here to see it, but I'm enjoying it, so who cares?
I mean, it's fun. I
think
think the idea is that people get that we're just having fun, and that we're not trying to market ourselves as being super. Nobody likes
Brad and Cam's Excellent Adventure.
People. Yeah, nobody likes people trying to be.
We're getting in the phone booth and going who knows where.
Do you even realize
I have my own camera now I get to play with, people?
I don't think do you realize the phone booth thing comes from Doctor Who? It's a a direct ripoff of Doctor Who. Bill and
I
Ted's.
did not know that. He needs to get better with his cuts.
It doesn't really work when you're in both shots.
Oh, we're gonna get better at this.
If you went off this way, then it would work better.
Let me practice.
You're backward.
Oh, well, hey man, don't get me mixed up here.
You're the one who started doing a. You're the one who started doing a Conan gag.
I'm sorry, y'all. I get distracted easily if you can't tell. But now one thing I'm gonna do is the old circle templates.
Circle templates. What is this for? Is this for the bubbles?
These are bubbles. We're gonna watch. This is a old hubcap off of a Ford Motor Company vehicle, and it's also gonna serve as a visual tool so that we can look in on this family right here and see what their bubble is. Now, you know, life's a bubble, and we all have our own bubbles. Cameron and I have one over here. Y'all are joining us here in our bubble today. Sometimes you get out and your bubble bumps into other people's bubble, but
that's when you get the coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly. So we're avoiding bumping bubbles at this point.
That's why I haven't gone out on any dates. I haven't done
Is that why? Because I was getting worried.
Yeah, you can't date in a pandemic like this.
That's true. With social distancing,
you can't be bumping bubbles so recklessly on the beach.
Sakes.
Bumping beach bubbles, you know, it's reckless.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. Is this new lingo I don't know about?
You've seen all the beach reports. Everyone
loves...
loves...
on the beach.
I had no idea people love the beach so much. For crying out loud!
I don't think it's the beach they're there for.
Yeah.
Anyway, anybody?
I don't swim, so I don't care about the beach.
I've never even heard of somebody that doesn't swim. Other than you.
Yeah, I mean, you've lived with me my whole life. So.
Oh, I know, but I mean, who doesn't swim?
Someone who can't swim.
Okay, if anybody can get Cameron to leave my camera on me instead of himself, I'm just being sarcastic. I don't care. He's the director. I'm going to take a different thing to make a circle template because I want to see where do we want to view. Okay, over here.
What is this device you're holding?
This is a lid to a trash can.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So you go from a cool Ford hubcap from 1922.
Well, round is round, okay? Now, but I think we should... Here's going to be the living room. I think people are watching the COVID TV. Myself, I try not to watch it, but more than an hour or 30 minutes at a time. But, so I'm going to zip this one over here into the kitchen.
Hey, Vosh, how big do you think this canvas is?
This one is 10 by 30. I'll step it off here in a second, but I guess 10 by 30. So we're going to pan in there, unless this looks too breasty. What do you think, Cam? Is that too much?
I think that it's in a weird place for sure, but
you know, maybe somebody's bumping bubbles. Maybe the kids are in here cooking with mom or something, or with dad. We don't have to be. Somebody send me some pictures that'll fit in there, and I'll put your family in there, and that makes it even more fun.
What do you consider bumping bubbles? Send us pictures.
Anyway, I think that would be cool.
Don't Google that, please.
So anybody here has an idea? They're watching TV. They're doing something different. What do y'all do when that news is on? Well, I know you're on your phone, but so in other words, I'll take this out, this window out. I may leave some of it just to show, but there'll be somebody in there, somebody in here, somebody in here. I'm seeing this as a kitchen, but I don't know. There could be a counter right here. Oh, yeah, we have one of those islands.
We don't anymore.
Well,
you used to.
Like
your old
Jennifer's.
house. Yeah.
And our Christmas cousin has a beautiful counter. And so we can put that there. And people standing behind it. So if you have an idea, right there. Can y'all see that? I don't even know what y'all can see. There's just people around it. We're having a party.
Maybe this is the Corona house.
Corona house, okay. Well, this is one of them for sure.
This is everybody's. There's a lot of people in this house, and there shouldn't be. And then maybe in the next house, it's a lot more confined.
I don't know.
But
We're
it's
only
sadder.
You guys can see what we're going for, though. There's going to be a guy over here, and none of this matters because it's all going to be painted over. So even if I'm just throwing something lame here, it doesn't even matter. Somebody's going to be sitting here watching the TV with the remote and his phone over here, probably. So anybody that wants to pose like that, maybe his kid is right here with him. We'll put the TV right here, or no, maybe a little further up. Something like that. Put the news. You gotta admit, watching news is not the best thing. Really puts you in a bad mood. So, for some reason, they're going to go ahead and watch it, and we'll put a little entry into another room here. And so that looks cool. Now, I'll paint something in there. Maybe this bubble isn't necessary, but
I like the idea that you're showing like 2 rooms or cutting the corner of the building off, but I don't know. It's a lot of bubbles. It's a lot of bubbles, and that one is kind of awkwardly placed comparatively to the others.
We can eliminate that. Now, I know I do want a porch here because we do have special deliveries in these modern times.
Chrissy Roberts Mims.
Chrissy,
hello. They say they have a large garden. We can take a picture of the garden. We'll throw it in there because this is the suburban section.
Yes,
so.
yes, and she does have a garden, I believe. So I'm going to put some shrubs out here because that'll add some nice green tones in here. We can even put some of those plants like we have that we love the smell of, the cottonwoods. Those were cool. I want to say happy birthday to my old friend Randy Walker. I think his birthday's today. He's out, lives in California, but good to see you.
Hello to our mysterious friend in Dubai. Not that you've ever said anything, not that we've had any proof that you've ever been watching, but we like to assume that you're watching because that makes our show international.
Yes. So Declan out in Dubai. He's probably in Europe now if they'll let him. You know, this roof is kind of awkward, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some stairs going in here, okay? And I'm going to put another big circle upstairs. Because everybody came home from college, is what I think.
I mean, it's true.
And everybody's home. I know that Marlo Kane and David Kane's kids came home and they made a movie themselves, which was really cool. They made a comedy, so we're not the only ones making shows.
Who made a movie?
Marlo and David Kane, remember them?
No.
Oh, well.
I'll readily admit that I've met so many people because of this guy that I do not remember most of them.
I did their baby's room, and then every house they moved in, I did murals in their kids' rooms.
Do you know how many murals in kids' rooms you've done? I don't remember all of them.
Okay, well, he's also was my attorney several times. And Marlo's a great friend of mine.
I recognize Marlo's name, but
yeah, and her kids are actors, and her daughter's studying to be an artist. She'd go in there, watch me paint in these rooms, and now she's going to be an artist. How great is that? That speaks to me to exposing your kids to an art in early age, like I did with Cameron. He became an artist because he's like, oh, that can happen. I'm like, yeah, if you want to.
I can't draw, but I can. This camera can kind of draw for me.
Yeah. It's the same thing. We're making art. We're making music. What's the diff?
Yo, look how cute this dog is. She's so passed out. She's sleeping on her own leg.
That is so awesome. Her eyes are
no, we're talking about you.
Okay, so I've got that house drawn in. Can anybody see that? That's
looks great.
Cool. And I don't know what's going on up here, but if a viewer wants to give me an idea, I'm down with that. These are bedrooms or something. I don't know what's happening here. But I think I could put some stairs here. This stuff doesn't have to be realistic, y'all. It just can be fun. But there's stairs here going all the way up. All these different shapes are what make a painting interesting. You put together a bunch of different shapes in the eye, let the eye do some of the work, which is something we learn in the abstract arts. Let the eye fill in some of these spaces. You don't have to explain everything.
If you guys can do us a favor and share this stream, this show, with a little comment on the when you share it, that'll help get us some viewers. People are starting to go out more and more now that states are being reopened, so that means they're doing stuff on Saturdays instead of watching our show. How dare they?
I can't believe they're not stuck at home.
So we might actually end up having to change days that we stream, maybe on Sundays, because people still like to stay home on Sundays. But if you guys share the stream, then we can hopefully bring in the people that are staying home. There's enough of them out there to keep our show going, but it would help our numbers and help us tremendously if we could bring in more of an audience to our Facebook and our YouTube page and wherever else we're streaming. But yeah.
Okay, Cameron's good at taking care of business. That's all.
TCB. I'm the TCB band.
Yes.
Although I'm right now the Ghost Cam band. I'm taking care of business from the afterlife.
What? Oh, because you're so.
I'm so overexposed. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so I'm gonna put somebody up in that bubble there. I don't know what they're gonna be doing, but I'm gonna have another circle window here.
Arwen, good to see you. Thank you, Arwen, for coming back in.
Oh,
one of our most loyal viewers.
Yes, Arwen, your son Sam is in that print that we are gonna be sending you soon.
Yeah, we just
selected
the paper that all the prints are going to be on from now on. Where is it? Hold on, bubble. There it is. There's Sam, Arwen's son, who she sneakily captured playing the piano, and he is now in the bottom corner over by the 9 there. So
and she's an artist herself.
Has a whole studio. Yep.
So we're attracting the art crowd.
We certainly appreciate our fan interaction. Obviously, that's where all of these came from. Except for the New World bubble there, but all these people are viewers of the show, or at least suggestions from viewers of our show. So we love being interactive. So good to see everyone.
Yeah.
Please share the stream with a little comment. Tell your friends. Tell them to come in here. We'll say hi. Put them in the painting. That's not a guarantee, but maybe if they have a good idea.
We're looking for ideas. Not that I don't have a bunch of them, but we're enjoying sharing the space with everybody. Can everybody see that's the highway back there?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Okay, good.
Yes, Arwen, you are gonna love the print quality.
We used the highest quality paper.
Highest quality paper. Well, I mean, there was all sorts of. They were all really good quality. This one is a really nice texture, and it soaks up the ink really, really well. But we finally had the guys come over, gave us samples, and then told us all about it and the price differences and all that stuff. So we actually have a lot more of a grasp on what the product will be, and y'all are gonna love it.
Yeah.
And yes, Arwen, PayPal is okay. I know you already sent us an email, but you didn't until obviously now we have product that we can actually print and get, but it's ready to go. So go ahead and send if you want to order a print of this one or any of the others that we've worked on. You can also go to bradsmithart.com. There's a shop there if you want to order prints of any of his other paintings. They're all on there, but as far as the Corona ones, the bubble one, which would look great. This thing is enormous. It doesn't look enormous right here, but it is. Send an email to camjsfilms@gmail.com. It is the same email as, where is it? It's the same email as, I'll just type it in. But please send us an order. Just let me know if you would like to order a print of anything. You can go to his website or send me an email. Just let me know. TCB, taking cam of business.
All right, well, I'm already getting a lot done over here, you guys. This is super fun getting this going, not worrying about where, if y'all can see it, because I'm thinking Cameron's cutting back and forth, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah, this is awesome having a second camera. I'm so glad we figured this out.
Yeah, no kidding.
We were so stressed last week because it was, or I was, because it was, and it came through. And I try not to let that kind of stuff come through, but, you know, you spend hundreds of dollars on a piece of equipment and then it stops working.
Well, I did get quite a few calls saying, "Are you guys okay?"
It's nice that people care.
I noticed the show wasn't as funny. I'm like, I would thought it was. What are you supposed to do?
I think they were just feeling our stress. I think it was equally as funny. It was just, it was.
I don't know how y'all deal with technology all the time, man. It is making me crazy.
I mean, we deal with it, or I deal with it a lot more so than most people do.
I mean, this stuff. Oh my god. I've still only sent about 21 emails. So I haven't had to.
He's quite impressed with himself, though, and he should be.
Yeah,
the other day he forwarded me something.
Yes.
And it actually went through. So,
yeah,
that's pretty dang cool.
My wife handled everything for me. When I say everything, I mean everything, folks.
Chrissy likes the sky color.
Oh, good.
The kind of magic hour color.
Chrissy sent me some photos I might even use for the references on this. I do like references, y'all, because it, you know, some people like to lean on reality. And it just makes them feel good so that as soon as they see it, they understand it. So some of it's a combo of abstract shapes and sort of cubism, breaking it down. If anybody knows what that is, which it was something Picasso developed. And a couple other guys. Post-impressionists.
So, I forgot to tell you Bradley Smith, my father.
Oh, okay.
Bradley John Wick. Bradley Smith John Wick. I got an email. I woke up to an email at 5:40 this morning, and let me ask you if you think that, and you, the audience, if you think this is a scam or not.
It is.
It's from someone named Mark Ray.
Mark Ray.
And I was like, oh, I know a Mark, and like half my family are named Ray, so, you know, maybe. And it's titled Art and Sculpture.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, oh, okay, this sounds good, so far. It says, my name is Mark Ray from Washington, D.C. I have been on the lookout,
That's a scam.
I've been on the lookout for some artworks lately in regards to I and my wife's anniversary is just around the corner.
He's from Nairobi.
His email address seems
sketchy.
No, not sketchy at all, but it is a bunch of numbers, but it also has his name in it.
Numbers are sketchy.
But I stormed on some of your works, which I found quite impressive.
Stormed on is not a word.
Also, he emailed me, not Brad Smith Art or anything.
Not a visual artist.
I am not a visual artist.
Well, he is. He's not a painter.
Or a sculptor. I must admit, you're doing quite an impressive job. You are undoubtedly good at what you do. With that being said, I would like to purchase a surprise gift to my wife in honor of our upcoming wedding anniversary.
Send me money.
It would be of help if you could send some pictures of your piece of works with their respective prices and sizes, which are ready for immediate or close to immediate sales. My budget for this is within the price range of $500 to $6,000. I look forward to reading from you in a view to knowing more about your pieces of inventory. As a matter of importance, I would also like to know if you accept check as means of payment. That's where it gets sketchy, because
That's quite a range. Nobody calls and says I have between $500,000 and $500,000.
$500,000 and $6,000. So
John Wick thinks they should be more specific.
Usually when you get scams, it's from a really sketchy email. It's not vague. It's not about like what you do. What I do am tangentially related to art.
That's definitely a scam.
But they're usually... This has pretty broken English, but it's not as bad as I've heard. What are you doing?
I'm moving my microphone.
Why? So you can,
I can
keep doing a gig, a bit?
I can talk right into my microphone while looking at the camera. I'm doing John Wick. Brad John Wick.
But he emailed me, not my dad, about art and sculpture.
I'm not your dad. I'm your Faja.
And the sketchy thing is, I know I would like to know if you accept check as a means of payment, because whenever the Nairobi scams are happening, or those that's how they do it. They'll send you a check, and then you'll start. Then they take it out, and it's a whole scam thing. I don't know exactly how it works, but they end up making money off of it after it doesn't clear, and then it bounces back. But and then you have to pay, and it's a whole.
Way to bring down my momentum, Cameron. I'm Brad John Wick.
If anybody brought down the momentum, it was someone that started doing a bit in the middle of my bit.
I didn't realize that was a bit. Clearly, John Wick is a bit. A bit that's not working very well.
Obviously.
I wish these people didn't live under the bridge.
Not good, y'all. Not good.
At least they don't live down by the river. Okay. Who's ready to rock and roll?
Do you guys wonder why my mom would be embarrassed by some of this?
I used to do this for her.
He acts like I'd make him do these things.
It helps with my short-term memory.
I think it probably makes it worse. It just plays into your short-term memory.
This is how I stay focused. No, I'm kidding, y'all. I just gotta get a break from this once in a while.
Marina, good to see you. Thanks for...
Oh, Marina, we love her. Okay, y'all, I'll get back to work. That's how his mom used to say.
Someone's got to crack the whip around here.
Quit clowning around and get back to painting. And that makes sense. That's why my massive audience is joining me.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be tens of people watching.
Maybe. If we're lucky.
I know, I hope Karen's still watching. Because I don't know how long I can keep doing John Wick.
Well, we got about half an hour to an hour more before our first intermission, so...
Oh, okay. Okay, that sounds good.
You can't do John Wick if you've moved the microphone now.
Oh. John Wick didn't know. Okay. Okay, I'm getting this. That highway's higher than this highway, but I don't know why.
It's further, in the background.
Maybe I'll put a ramp here. Okay. There's going to be an off-ramp right here because that didn't work out. So, but
you're adding depth to it. I don't know why you're freaking
cool,
out.
Man. There'll be a whole thing going on back there. If you'd like to put you and your family going off this off-ramp, let me know.
Oh, I thought you meant living under the bridge.
No. No. That is one of John Wick's biggest fears.
Jeff Smith, who recently liked the page.
Hey, Jeff Smith. He really is my bro-ham.
Says, I'm that goofy kid that lived across the street.
From me my whole life. He's my little brother. In a sense, he's my little brother. A cute little brother, Jeff. Love you, man.
I think he's a little punch drunk. I'm not sure why. He didn't sleep enough.
I love you, man. I love you, man. Used to play football with Jeff's brother, Tony. His sister, Carrie. If this is the same person that lived across from me,
His sister Carrie married my brother Craig. Oh man, we all came from Crystal Lake, Illinois, and they lived across from us, and their last name was already Smith, so when they got married, nothing had to change. The two Smiths combined, so that was kind of cool.
It is weird that there's not legally for people that have the same last names that you don't have to specify this is a Smith of this Smith clan.
Yeah,
or anything.
imagine the problem the mail lady had.
Probably none whatsoever, because it would just go to the same place.
No, we lived across the street.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Anyway, he doesn't follow that well for a young man.
Jeff Smith says, name the street.
Oh, let me think. Okay. Oh.
I got lucky because I never moved. Like I literally grew up.
Nottingham.
You're thinking of Robin Hood. You're not thinking.
It was
I know that you
Coventry.
Want to. I know
called
that
Coventry.
I know that you want to consider yourself a hero, but you're thinking
I
of
have
Robin
a hero
Hood.
complex going.
It's yeah.
Because I have to run out and save horses here every once in a while. But I think it was Nottingham, Brookshire, or something like that. It was
now you're just
definitely
naming
Robin
grocery
Hood.
stores.
No, ask Jeff Smith.
Albertsons, the Whole Foods. I think it was Whole Foods I used to live on.
No. Jeff Smith will tell you. Please tell me, because now I need to know. No, Jeff has a great sense of humor, too. So.
He says, close, Wellington.
Wellington! Oh, yeah, that's it. Wellington.
You used to live in the capital of New Zealand where they shot Lord of the Rings? Amazing.
Well, kind of, yeah.
He's never seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies.
No, we saw that first one, man. At the
He
theater.
saw the first one. I've seen all of them many, many times.
I'm not saying it was bad or anything, but really?
I mean, if you do, that means you just have
I'm
bad
an
taste.
adult, okay? Sorry to insult Lord of the Rings fans.
You mean people with good taste?
Brad John Wick just doesn't like it. Brad John Wick. I gotta do it officially. I need a beard. Brad John Wick.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, y'all, I'm getting this going. There's gonna be a street here.
Sorry, I'm a ghost, you guys. I'm pale from embarrassment.
Is that what it's from?
All the blood has run out of my face because I can't believe my father is doing this on camera. Just 3 weeks ago, he was like, "Man, I gotta be a hero. Hey, have you seen Braveheart? You gotta make me more like Braveheart." It wasn't a spoof. You were like, "I want to be more like Mel Gibson in Braveheart." I was like, "Racist?" And he was like, "No,
no,
racist and drunk." No, not that. The other thing.
The Patriot. See it? It's the same movie with a different country.
Arwen, I'm going to. I just showed him the first Marvel movie, and he was 100% blown away by it.
Oh, that was cool. Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah.
That was cool.
He wasn't expecting to. He kept being like, I've seen superhero movies. I saw Spider-Man. I'm like, oh, this is different, man.
No, no, I do not sound like that. I am much more manly. Despite my haircut.
Despite what Chick-fil-A, the customers, the teenagers at Chick-fil-A think.
I'm like, yeah. You know,
come on, kids. He's not a woman. He's just from the 60s.
It may have to do with wearing these tight shirts, because maybe I have man breasts.
Well,
it's possible. I'm getting to that age where, it's possible. I'm not saying.
How many times do you make me go get you cheeseburgers? That's all I'm saying.
Not often.
No, pretty often.
I eat once a day, my
Your
man.
go-to is like, hey, why don't you run over to Applebee's and get us some burgers?
They have a great burger. Let me just admit that right now, if anybody cares.
But whenever we're out of groceries, he's just like, oh, Applebee's and burger. How about some steak? Or steak and burger.
Steak, that's what I like. That could be contributing to the man breast. I apologize. I need a man's ear. As hard as I work...
girdle. They call it a girdle.
I'm gonna work on that on my next workout video. I think I'll work on that in my next workout video.
Yeah,
Join me.
You said that already.
I'm Brad John Wick. I promise next week we'll watch a different movie.
Actually, that was the last Lionsgate Live movie. I don't know what. Dave Dinzel says golfing with Frankie.
Hey,
You know what
nice.
that's
Frank Casey, my old friend Frank Casey. I can't believe you're on your phone hearing this while you're golfing. How cool is this? It's like a step into the future, my friend.
Oh, he's saying he is. I thought that was some stupid 80s movie y'all grew up.
No, Frank Casey, my
it would-
broham.
Oh, you're talking about Frank Casey a lot.
Yeah, oh, Frank Casey, are you kidding?
They're currently golfing, is what he was saying.
Oh, you guys rock. Country club life,
Karen
huh?
says Randy would be having some issues, but she'd love it so much once she got used to it.
Who said that?
Karen said that.
Okay, Karen gives me the thumbs up. That's all I needed.
And she literally put a thumbs up. So.
And my wife was actually a very serious person, so she liked it when I came home from the studio every 30 minutes and did imitations of things I heard about on the radio or on the TV.
Or the yokels you met at the store.
Yeah, or the Chick-fil-A people that called me a woman. And I had a whole ego thing going where I thought I was getting pretty manly because, you know, you get 10,000 views a day, your ego goes up a couple of notches.
It really
and then
doesn't.
somebody calls you a woman and you're not a woman. And
well, Sunday's CBS movie night is on this Sunday is Forrest Gump, so expect next week him to be doing a bunch of Forrest Gump impressions.
I don't think I ever saw that either.
Yikes.
So
Forrest Gump, then Mission Impossible, then Titanic, then Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
All right. I'm moving down here. Now this is suburbia, so I don't think there's going to be trees yet. Would there be a tree here?
Are you moving down? I gotta move
Yeah,
you.
you got to move me. But here, okay, there's going to be a fence here because I think they might have a tall fence right by the bridge. Because there may be, hey, here's an idea.
I thought you were moving down.
I thought I was too until I just saw this. What about putting, okay, so here's where the street is. What about putting some people living in tents under the bridge? This does happen over in Dallas. I've seen it happen in Fort Worth. So let's just say there's a tent here.
Someone named Justin Robertson commented on the Corona Canvas workout video, said, "Is that Mick Jagger?"
Hey, what? Where? That's funny though. That is awesome because I got a lot of. Is that Mike Myers?
There's a lot of Mike Myers. I did grow up with a lot of Mike Myers.
Well, he loves Austin. We both loved Austin Powers.
It's true.
If you can't tell. Oh man, I can't believe Frank Casey's out there. I mean, Frank Casey, these are friends of mine from high school. You know how cool it is after 40 years we were supposed to have our 40th year reunion this summer, and I think it's going to get canceled or already has.
He
We'll do
talks
next
about
year.
it a lot if you watch this show.
Well, I mean, you grew up with these guys. What are you supposed to do?
Is that the voice you used at Chick-fil-A?
I mean, can I have a 30 family chin tenders, please? Yeah.
Sir, are you old enough to drive? Are you operating this vehicle?
Don't let him kid you because sometimes when a really important call comes, he's like, "Yeah, this is Cameron. Sure, I'll do your national commercial for you." I'm like, "Cameron, hand me the phone." Well, yeah, I can shoot anything. When do I need to be there?
Yeah, that's my personality is energetic and cartoonish. Yours is you're not supposed to be.
That's because I'm Brad John Wick.
But then you get mad at me, and it's like, look at what I grew up with. Like, Cam, you gotta keep it serious. And it's like, I mean, do you think that was ever in the realm of possibility here? The only reason I do it on the stream is because someone's got to be the straight man.
Okay, I'm gonna put people.
Ironically, it's the millennial.
So you are the straight man, and I'm supposed to be telling the jokes.
I mean, I'm the one telling. I bring the sass. You bring the goof.
Oh, that's just insulting. Cameron, my high school friends are listening. I told you about making me more heroic. Karen, tell him I'm heroic. Think of something quickly I've done that's heroic. Please. No, I'm growing. Isn't that heroic
Dave says
enough?
he just mentioned that they can't go to the 40th.
That is crazy. Y'all, we want a 40th reunion.
You're the one. You went into town. You've gone into town like 3 times.
Yeah, but I think
lately. You understand how crazy it
in
is.
Illinois, it's different though. It's so. Other states, we're out here in Texas. I don't know, y'all. We're not. A lot of people aren't taking it seriously. Like I got a lot of stares just for wearing the friggin' mask. Especially by old guys.
Oh yeah, how was it today? Because you said yesterday when you went to go get canvas that everyone was actually doing their due diligence.
Oh yeah, everybody's keeping their distance, but I wonder why old farts, with some Confederate flags on their truck, might
Only
be
some.
not wearing a mask.
Well, they're the ones that watch a lot of Fox News, and
I mean, seriously, y'all, this is serious. This is only going to get worse. I know there's conspiracy theories. I gotta say, though, why would the Democrats start a worldwide pandemic to get rid of Trump? And you can't even hear Joe Biden say anything. He doesn't have to say anything because, you know why. I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm just saying it's weird. Okay, so there's that front yard. I've got that, and I will have a lot of chalk on my face. I apologize about that. Those people live under the bridge, and it's very unfortunate.
it's loud. But the price of the house is great.
Yeah, the price isn't bad.
You just have to deal with the highway noise, which we have to deal with. Maybe that's our house.
I'm going to put a big old shrub right here by this guy's house, because they probably have shrubs there to keep the noise out from the highway. It's a family house, right?
Danielle, good to see you.
Don Man! Woo, woo!
We're not watching. This isn't a sports. You shouldn't even.
Hey,
you should just never make that noise again.
Hey,
even
if
if we're
Don
at
Man
sports.
is on there, we used to play some serious football over North Richland Hills over there. Yeah. That dude can throw some football. He can catch it too. He was my receiver. I was the quarterback.
You can still do that.
Yeah, so we might do that. We might take up some football.
We got a football around here somewhere.
Oh yeah.
You threw it for about half a day.
Yeah. I lost interest pretty quickly. Hey Don, good to see you, man. Don Yo works for the railroad. Always, as long as I've known him, he's worked for the railroad. He'll be retiring. He's a great friend. He used to travel with me. He went and did a bar one time in Houston with me. He was great. Didn't pay a lick, but
neither do I.
He entertained the waitresses and stuff, and that was cool.
It was funny whenever we were rolling up the canvas. He had forgotten that I grew up rolling up canvases. Somehow he forgot that I actually know how to do all of the things that he gets his assistants to do.
Well, he went off to college, and I started having Mike help me, and I never looked back, and I figured he'd be an executive in the film business now.
I assumed that would happen too.
So he is at Corona Canvas at the Safe Space Studio. Look at him, y'all. He's changing cameras with not even looking. He's pushing buttons over there. Can anybody see what that looks like?
Well,
let's look on the feed. Let me see what that looks like. Oh, that does look like it's coming along, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can anybody? Yeah, okay. Now, before I move that, I'm going to put the shape of a car here. I don't know what kind of car this is going to be.
Probably some retro BS.
It probably will be. So I'll go ahead and put a big ass front end on it. Couple wheel wells. I don't know if that's the right perspective, but I won't know until I look back. Maybe this is more like this. None of this matters because
Karen says, Brad, you don't have to explain your heroically lived life. Those of us who know you know the truth. Well, I mean, he's no Jack Ray, but
was it Jack Ray?
No, that was Karen.
Oh, Karen. Oh, yeah.
But if anybody is a hero that's a fan of ours, it's probably Jack Ray.
Oh, let's not get into hero worship, okay?
That's what got us into this mess in America.
Yeah, hello. No one's beyond the law. Would John Wick say that? That was more of a John
I am the law. No, that's what Judge
That
Dredd
was
says.
more of a John Kerry.
I'm John Kerry. You're drinking in both angles here. There we go.
In case A&W wants to sponsor my sports.
One time he took me to an A&W and I didn't realize it was like it came from like a diner from back in the day. He was like, "Oh my god, I grew up with A&W. That's the root beer that you drink. We gotta go there," because we saw one on the highway.
Fantastic.
So we went there. It was thoroughly underwhelming, y'all. It was
What?
It was such a generic fast food place. Like it had no. It was fine.
Yeah, but back in the day, people that remember, we used to pull up. It was like they had Dog and Suds up north and A&W root beer. You'd pull in there and they had characters around and root beer out of a vat. Oh,
Okay,
man.
but when you're taking your 15-year-old son, how does that translate to generic fast food place? Like, I can't live in the nostalgia that you have for it.
Hey man, nostalgia. We live on nostalgia. What is wrong?
I
with
can't
you?
live on your nostalgia. And that doesn't make burgers any better.
Look at your movie career. It's based on my nostalgic movie love of movies. You've learned all the movies.
You hadn't even seen Raiders of the Lost Ark or Lord of the
I'm
Rings
talking
or
about
Star Trek.
Exorcist. I'm talking about.
I didn't grow up. I'm
Blazing Saddles, my friend.
No,
Come
I don't
on.
do comedies. I do some horror.
Star
movies.
Wars.
I don't like Star Wars.
Oh.
None of these movies that you're saying are the ones that influenced me.
2001: Space Odyssey.
That's a good one. That's actually pretty good.
Grumpy Old
How
Man.
many times have you even seen 2001?
Grumpy Old Man.
I've never seen that.
I
No,
haven't
I've seen it once.
I haven't
But
seen it. Okay.
I live with one. I don't.
Yeah, I'm so grumpy. If y'all haven't noticed.
Yeah.
I'm hard to live with, y'all. That's true.
That's a fact.
Only because of the comedy angles. If you ever thought Robin Williams sure would be hard to live with, I think we had the same level of ADD without the cocaine.
Well,
Robin Williams had a cocaine.
you did live through the 80s, though.
Well,
It was just in the air at the time. I mean,
yeah. You can say that again. I don't know.
you couldn't walk down the street without getting some sort of fix.
Well, anyway, how are y'all doing out there?
Are you getting tired? Do you want to take a break?
Let's take a break for a minute because
Well, hold on.
I've got to rejuice and work
in
on my.
8 minutes, we'll take a break. That'll be straight up at 5.
I got to work on my John Wick a little more for after the break. Cameron's got some snazzy videos out there.
It's a half-hour-long break.
Whoa, man! I don't need that long. Or you already got it figured out?
That's how long they always are.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna start throwing some paint around because my shirt's way too white for this.
So you're just gonna do this section here?
Yeah, I'll just leave it there and do that section first.
That'll be good
What
because
do you guys
then
think?
next week we can do the middle section.
Yeah,
there,
yeah, that sounds
and then
like a
the next
plan.
one we can do that one. That way we have several episodes planned out.
And listen, if I get really motivated, like I kind of do sometimes, and tomorrow's Mother's Day, I might go on there just so I can hang out with my mom at my studio.
Ooh, that would be cute.
And so I may work on it tomorrow. If y'all see us come up, just hang with us because my mom's in Houston. Cameron's mom is in heaven, and we are going to hang out and have a beautiful day. Aren't we, Cam?
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool if now that Texas is opening back up, that your mom could come up. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
she's
y'all
always
come
busy.
on
They're
and
always
visit.
busy, but
Yeah,
I'm not saying
I know.
tomorrow, but at some point they could come up, be on the Corona canvas.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I would love to have my family up. We, we don't get to see enough of everybody. This whole pandemic thing is bizarre.
So usually when we get cut off, it's after we get back from the intermission.
Oh, your dog finally is coming back.
Oh no, she's been
okay.
in here the whole time. But now I have 2 dogs in the pasture. But anyway, usually when we get cut off, I think it's whenever people start getting online and then there's problems. But that was with the old system that we were doing. So we will see if that continues to be a problem after we get back from the break around 5:30 or 6 or so. And if anybody is out there, Jeff Smith, if you want to get on and be our guest, you can talk to us about the early days of Brad Smith. What? That would be cool if you're still watching.
No, Jeff. No.
I would certainly
no
love
Crystal
to.
Lake stories.
Dave.
Ooh, no, you don't want to ask Dave about
Dave
that
and
whole
what's his
situation.
face, Frankie.
Frankie. Don't ask Frank.
Y'all can come on.
No.
Skype in.
That was a long. I got charcoal on my face, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, so I'm gonna go wash up a little bit, and y'all want to know anything? Just ask me questions about art. I hope you have some sketches going out there. I hope people are drawing, and I'm inspiring somebody. I don't know how you can see it, but once I start throwing some paint on there,
Okay, here we
it's
go.
gonna
Here's
be-
what we can do. We can look at Corona Cam, and here's the sketch that you originally had.
Yeah,
So,
see,
so far it is not anything
like that.
So-
But I've got to put a bridge up there in the sky. You see that bridge over there? That's an actual bridge going over out of Dallas.
There's a lot of room for it up in the sky.
Yeah, but
There's not really any similarity here yet.
no similarity to that scene I drew. I might like the first one, but I do like being this close to the first one house there, though. Doesn't that look kind of cool?
Yeah, for sure.
That way we can see right in this house.
Hmm.
See what's happening. So this is how we started. This is a little high
Dave
tech for
Dinzel
me.
asks, "Is this legal?"
I don't know.
What? I
In
don't know
what way, Dave?
I don't know what you're referring
Playing
to.
golf
Dave.
and streaming Corona Canvas, that might be illegal. Everything's is legal in Illinois now, is what I've heard.
Oh, here we go. Jeff Smith says Brad was pure and angelic in Crystal Lake.
Oh, isn't that sweet? Oh, I
It's so
love
sweet that
man.
your 40-year anniversary friends will lie about you.
I know, isn't that sweet?
It's so sweet of them.
That's what happens when you lie for them. They lie back for you.
Yeah.
And telling each other how great we are.
But glad you're still watching.
Yeah, Jeff, you know...
and paying attention.
I love your mom. His mom still works for my brother, if you can believe it. She's long past retirement age, but she does such a good job, she won't let her leave. And so once you're in this family, you're always in. Jeff Smith, one of my favorite people. Thank you for watching today. Thanks for coming over to the studio, because that is what it feels like. That's why I've been on kind of a roll. I've been really excited about.
We're just so glad to have a new canvas, y'all, because
Oh
we
my
had to make up something to do the last 2 weeks.
Oh, man.
It's like, well, we have this little canvas. I
And
guess
I like
let's
painting
do
the big
that.
ones,
Yeah.
y'all, because that's what this is all about. I like getting into it. I like walking into the scene, which I want y'all to do. Once we open back up, everybody can go to the gallery down there in Fort Worth and come to town and visit the whole scene near South Side. We redid this, just like in Deep Ellum back in the 80s. We redid this whole neighborhood where all the artists have a place to go and have weird restaurants and highly creative brew bars and all kinds of stuff. So we're getting it on over there. There's movie companies, film companies, advertising companies, recording studios. It's cool, man.
Dave Dinzel says, get those from Harry Carey?
That's what I thought, man. Oh. And that's a home run. I gotta watch some Harry Carey. These guys don't even know who Harry Carey is.
I know Harry Carey, but only because of Will Ferrell. So I don't know.
Hi, everybody! Something like that. I know. These are like, Dave, you're supposed to be talking about how great
Someone
I
use
am.
that noise that he just made and make that your alarm. Send it to us and we'll send you a free print.
Don't be giving away my prints, my man.
I mean, if
Okay,
they have to suffer through that, then they deserve one.
It's a home run. I don't know. I was a Cubs fan, man. He was more of a White Sox guy when I was in Chicago.
Anyway, we got 2 minutes during the there's some nice throwback intermission drive-through, some nice old commercials, some music videos that I've shot. And,
With these man breasts I've gotten lately, maybe I could have Mother's Day tomorrow. Celebrate
by
Mother's
yourself.
Day.
Just put a bra on and go to the Chick-fil-A. See if they'll give you some free nugs.
Exactly.
I'm a mother.
Senior
Look at
citizen.
these.
That's disgusting.
You're the one who made the joke.
Hey, man, I was just pretending
Delirious?
I didn't make the, well, maybe a little
Are you
bit.
sundowning? Is that what's happening?
I haven't slept in a lot last night. I don't know why. But
he gets anxious before the
Get anxious before the show. Well, because I mean, it's like Friday afternoon. I'm like, we got a live broadcast.
I don't know
tomorrow.
what I'm
Did you
gonna
think
be
we ought to try
sketching.
to plan this a little. There might be tens of 20s of people watching, and I got to make sure I've got material.
Anyway, we'll be back here in a little bit. Please share, stay tuned. We got some fun stuff during the break. Just chill out, go get some sandwiches.
Go get some paint, brushes, pencils.
Start sketching. Send us your sketches.
Send some photographs of yourself so I can.
Chrissy
put you in
did
some of
send
these
us
houses.
a picture of the garden. So.
Awesome. We've got competition coming in strong. Chrissy Roberts with the first gardening picture. Whose garden's gonna win for the final painting? That's the question.
Thanks, Corona. This is as close as we have to sports.
Thanks for joining us in my workout. I nailed it, and I'm gonna rock and roll.
It works wonders when the family gathers at Grandma's.
The wet parade. Michigan started the repeal landslide, and Utah, number 36, has clinched it. Only the Carolinas had voted dry when this map was made. Except for a few formalities, Prohibition's finished. The man who started it all, Andrew J. Volstead, as he looked when his Prohibition Enforcement Act launched the 14-year battle to regulate the habits of 120 million people. The rum-running era opens. The Coast Guard trains its guns on liquor smugglers, desperately risking their lives for the rich returns from bootleg booze. Here and there, a prize is captured and its illegal cargo confiscated. But although hundreds of boats are taken each year with lives lost on both sides, the flood pours in. Down sewer go thousands of gallons, but it's only a drop in the bucket. The gangster era starts. The private feuds of public enemies bring a reign of terror and baffle police. Al Capone goes to jail. The federal government strikes its first telling blow at the underworld by convicting public enemy number one on income tax frauds. But although his long career of crime is stopped, there are plenty of others to take his place. Al Smith, nominated for president at the 1928 convention, heads the turn of the tide towards repeal as he courageously comes out against prohibition. Although his stand probably did much to cost him the election, the happy warrior sees his efforts crowned with success today. At Chicago, Franklin D. Roosevelt, just nominated, seals prohibition's doom with these stirring words.
This convention wants repeal. Your candidate wants repeal. And I am confident that the United States of America wants repealed.
The people speak. Congress heeds the mandate of the voters by passing a repeal amendment that goes to the states. The end of the bootlegger and all his murderous brood is at hand. Prohibition is dead, and America's liberty-loving millions rejoice.
Did you really love Jack Diamond?
Yes, I loved him dearly and interrupted my stage career because of my love for him.
How did this famous gangster treat you?
He treated me wonderful, kind and lovable. I wouldn't know a gunman if I saw one.
Aren't you sorry you didn't take your mother's advice and keep away from Diamond?
Yes, but all young girls think they know it all.
Well, when did you see Diamond alive for the last time, Miss Roberts?
About 11 p.m. on the day of his acquittal in Albany.
How did you learn that he had been murdered?
When I awakened by newsboys' cries, Jack Diamond slain.
Well, what happened then?
I fainted, and I nearly fell out of the bedroom window.
Miss Roberts, what advice have you for other girls who are tempted?
I'd advise them to live good, clean lives and obey their parents' wishes.
What are your plans for the future, Miss Roberts?
To resume my stage career where it was broken and give Mother no more heartache.
Well, Mother, what have you got to say?
Oh, I'm the happiest woman in the world today that I have Marion back with me. I prayed night and day to have her with me for Christmas, and God has answered my prayer.
Okay, I'm ready.
Game on.
Hi, Mom.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting in the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and I'll watch them roll away again. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll. Sitting on the dock of the bay, well, we're wasting time. Left my home in Georgia, I was headed for the Frisco Bay. I had nothing to live for, seems like nothing's gonna go my way. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, you know we're wasting time. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything will remain the same, and I can't do what 10 people tell me to, so I guess I'll remain the same. sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Resting my bones, and this loneliness can't leave me alone. 2,000 miles of road just to make this dock my home. I sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, nowhere wasting time. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, where we're wasting time.
I went to Walgreens recently and I found this little miniature soccer goal and a little miniature bonus set. They were both 5 feet, so I bought both of them. And partially through that song, I consider that this is kind of like playing miniature soccer in my apartment. Until now, this shouldn't be miniature. You can get injured playing miniature soccer too, even if you're by yourself. Because if you miss the ball and you try to kick it really hard, your leg will come all the way over and you'll pull like muscles. Pretty cool.
Growing.
Okay. Yeah.
Why let
Shorty with a dead dog eye, giving it one more try. No one's gonna blame you. Let me be the last to know. You caught up the methadone, something to get used to. Crazy is the color, pulled by the same moon, holding one another. You're never getting over, falling in love too soon. Why let it come, let it go? Why let it come, let it go? Gonna let it come, yeah. Why let it come, let it go? Come, yeah. Why let it come, let it go? Gonna let it come, yeah.
This is my family album. And this is my brother Harpo. He's always chasing the girls. But no more. Now he's a telling the girls about creamy prom. Because prom home permanent is awaiting cream. Leaves your hair soft like a silk. Look at the way the waver. She's a bounce back every time. Hey, lady, wouldn't you like your wave behavior like this? You get a creamy prom. Right, Harpo?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're happy to announce that we've installed Burns-O-Matic in-car heaters for your comfort and pleasure. When you receive your heater, you'll find it very easy to place in your car. Just roll down your front window and rest the heater's bracket on the window with the cylinder on the outside of the car. Roll up your window securely as far as it will go to hold the heater firmly in position. For maximum results, tilt the face of the heater towards the windshield and sit back and enjoy the show in healthful comfort. With these modern, safe, efficient in-car heaters, this drive-in theater will now remain open all year round. If you have any further questions about your Burns-O-Matic in-car heater, please contact one of our theater attendants. And remember, this drive-in theater will now remain open all year round, regardless of the weather.
Tracks went this way, inner tracks went this way. These metal parts that are in the center here are original, and then we've got some tokens and some tickets and things like that. This was the lifeblood of this area. The car has been modified. When you see some of the pictures of the car, it had a roof with some windows in it. And all of the things on the loading doors here are original to the car. And this car ran from 1912 on. It ran its entire life on this between Cleaver and Burleson here. So it's back home.
When you look at the car, you think about the time period when the interurban ran. When you think about, if you look at some of these, if you look at this picture right here, Cameron, everyone has a cap. The boys have knickers. They're all with ties. When you went anywhere in those days, you dressed up. You know, now, hey, we all hop in a car and we get on a tank top and a pair of shorts and a pair of flip-flops. Those people got dressed up. It was a big deal to go to Fort Worth. Just things have changed so much. So that's, I guess, that's one of the things that I see, just the change in the times in a relatively short period of time. You know, we're talking 100 years, a little less than 100 years.
That didn't rot away, but we've replaced. So essentially we've had to make tools in order to make a lot of this stuff. That's why there's 7 or 8 of us have been working on this for about the last 7 years. So, and then we finally got it over here in place. And actually, you could do a story on the guys that work on the car. We've got Leon Sapp is he's an ex Federal Railroad director for this region, and he is very, very knowledgeable, but he only has one leg. And this is Leon right here. He's only got one leg. This is me. This is Gabby. He's Gabby Gavarino. He's from New York. He's the guy that's got all the internal problems. And this is Willie. He's only got one arm. These guys are just a total inspiration, and that's what makes this car so special, is the fact that to know these guys, to work with these guys for all this time. In fact, they make jokes about their deal. Leon will take his leg off and turn it around the other way and scare somebody with it. Well, Leon is sitting on his backside here, and because his leg's getting in the way, so he unhooks his leg and leans it up against the side of the car. And then when people come in and see it there, they kind of freak out. You know, unless you're used to that, working around with guys like that, it gets a little freaky sometimes. But these guys are just a total inspiration. If I go home and I got a little aching pain from working on the trolley, I say, I don't have anything wrong with me. So. These guys that I work with don't even park in handicap parking spaces. They can hammer and nail, they can do all of the things on this car. Now, I get to do more work because I've got all my pieces, but they are an inspiration to me every Monday when I go with them, because there's a lot of people in lesser situations than them that would say, well, no, I can't do that because I got a handicap of some kind. But these guys are very inspirational, and this car has meant a lot to them because it's been a project where we've all come together, and it's proved to them, as well as the rest of the world, that they may have something going on, but they are not handicapped by one shot.
In your shelter, I am not
That's about it. I can't think of anything else to tell you about. Okay, I'll be there in a minute.
Bye, Neil.
And that kind of gives you a little bit of the insight as to how important this being able to do things for older people and giving them something important to get involved with. Because I don't ever intend to retire. I'm just going to go on to another adventure. So.
Where's everybody going? To the Refreshment Center. It's everybody's favorite spot for delicious, tasty food, from a snack to a full meal. Drinks, coffee, hot chocolate and ice-cold drinks of all flavors, plus all the extras, including gum, ice cream, candy. Make your evening at this drive-in even more enjoyable. The refreshment stand has everything to make your visit here a pleasant one. Why not get something now? Looks like there's been a slight disagreement between friends. Well, here's a surefire way to patch things up. Just take 2 big, juicy, all-meat wieners, wrap them in oven-fresh buns, add ketchup, mustard, relish, and let's see. Here's one happy fella, and here's another. Yes, sir, everybody agrees that the hot dogs you find at our refreshment center are the best. Buy one for everybody. You'll agree they're delicious. It's 5 minutes till showtime.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Excuse me. What's new in cat food?
Today's your lucky day. We just got in these new Puss in Boots flavor packs. The latest thing in dry cat food. Flavor packs come 8 to a box, and every pack's a measured meal. So every time you eat, you get everything you need, all your vitamins. It's a complete diet in just the right amount.
Very convenient. But why do they call them flavor packs?
Each meal is sealed. They taste great because the flavor can't escape. Here.
You know, that's great. I'll take it. A tasty, dry cat food. That's what I've been looking for.
Every cat comes in here switching to flavor packs. Well, after all, who knows more about cats than Puss in Boots?
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
What is it? Hey, why, it's Buttercup. Popcorn, add sweet butter to hot popcorn. Mix it up, wrap it up, Buttercup is born.
It's delicious.
So nutritious.
It's a taste delight. It's so munchy.
Crisp and crunchy.
You'll enjoy each bite. Eat butter-drenched Buttercup. Popcorn at its best.
Served in a king-size cup.
It beats all the rest.
Dog days, hot dog days that is, somehow have a way of turning out to be fun days. The pop and sizzle of the juicy meat seems to say, come and get me, I'm done to a turn. Yep, hungry or not, it's hard to resist the tantalizing aroma and taste appeal of a sizzling hot dog. The nice part of it is, there's one waiting for you right now at the refreshment stand.
Show starts in 3.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
I'd like 2 of those, please.
Hot dogs? Yes, sir.
And 3 of those. And 1 of those. And 5 bars of these. And a cup of that nice hot liquid.
Coffee. Coming right up.
Oh, and 2 bags of those peculiar white puffy material.
You mean our crunchy popcorn? Shall I wrap that for you, sir?
Oh, that's all right. My saucer's just outside.
They come from miles to enjoy our intermission.
Show starts in 2.
Jim Rex? What's Jim Rex? Would you believe a movie audience guide presented as a public service by this theater's management to help you select your motion picture entertainment? Well, that's what it is. And we urge you to learn these rating symbols and use them as a guide for you and your family. G means suggested for general audiences, all ages. M, suggested for mature audiences, parental discretion advised. R, restricted, persons under 16 not admitted unless accompanied by parent or adult guardian. X, persons under 18 will not be admitted. This seal in advertising indicates that the film was approved under the Motion Picture Code of Self-Regulation.
now just 1 minute away from the beginning of our next feature. For your convenience, our refreshment stand will remain open after the feature begins, so you still have time to add to the fun of watching the movie. Before we begin our next feature, we'd like to remind you to replace your speaker before leaving the theater. If it is accidentally damaged, please notify someone at the refreshment stand. Again, thank you for coming out to the drive-in tonight. As you leave, please drive carefully and come back soon.
Okay. One thing that I like about those old school drive-in things is just how dang gross some of that food looks.
I love that.
Like, I get that it was the, like, I don't know, pizza hadn't been around for very long in the 50s, but, ooh, some of that. Those corn dogs have been around forever, though, but that was
bad.
Some of those are nasty looking, but here we are. So we're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Thank you guys for coming back. Please share the stream. Buy our merch. I'm legally obliged to mention this every hour. Buy our merch at threadtasks.com. Get some shirts featuring covered in paint that he's used to paint the Corona canvas and a bunch of his other famous paintings. You can also give us a virtual tip on where is it? Right there. PayPal.me/CameronJSmith if you just want to give us a little bit to help us keep our show on the road. Or finally, you can buy some prints, some of which he's painted on the, like this one, some of which he's painted on the Corona Canvas show, or just ones of his history at bradsmithart.com. You can check all the links for that out in the description below. So check that out. And Bradley J. Smith, what are we doing here?
I just wanted to point out that my shirt has no paint on it and it's about to get all kind of messed up.
It's about to get real.
About to get going. So y'all get your paint out. I've got white and blue. This is the sky blue that I used in the other painting. So I know it'll match up perfectly. But on a sunset, we all know that while the sun's setting here, there's still a little bit of blue left in the sky. And then it hits in here and kind of turns purple and stuff. So that's what I'm going to do just for the fun of it today. And we'll see how this ends up looking. This is just some real fun stuff. I probably won't be able to stop myself from going down.
Please do try.
I'll try, but it's hard to when you're in the sky because you're getting this zone.
But then that screws us up for next week.
So I've got my sky blue, which is sort of a medium blue. You'll see it here in just a second.
Now remember, you have to make room for the museum on that side.
I know. The museum's going right here. You notice it's almost the same color. Okay? Because we got to join it together. That's why the horizon line
there's
is
quite
the
a bit.
same. It's right here because that's the original horizon.
There's quite a bit of museum building that got cut off on the other side, so you got to continue it there. So leave, however much, a foot or something.
All right.
Before you.
Thanks for reminding me. I had actually forgotten about that.
I figured you had. Just don't put a building there because that's where the Mary Jane Museum goes. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you. Thanks for reminding me.
So, Bradley Smith, what's going up here?
Okay, this is what's left of the blue sky. So it looks like that painting, the Corona Canvas 1. This will join it together with that same sky, so it'll be seamless. When I get over there and put it up next to it, you'll be able to see the same blue going across, and you won't even see the seam right here. Even though, which I think is cool, and this is what's cool about having actual marketing people work for you. Our marketing partners have thought about either cutting the canvas into feet, or like selling a 2-foot section, so that, you know, by the end of this, there's going to be a lot of feet. People could buy parts of it. I think it's a
if
cool
they can't afford the
concept.
whole thing, or
Why
just
not
want
buy
a little
part
bit,
of it,
yeah.
you know, or your favorite part of it. Because one thing I noticed on a big canvas, and my guys were telling me this, they were noticing, is that there's a lot of different areas to zone in on. You know, I just think of it, because I do this every day, I kind of forget that I'm trying to tell a story, but some people get lost in certain parts of the story. And
Well, a
don't
lot
notice
of
the rest
a lot
it.
of artists, they'll do a painting, and the whole content is like, say that one house that you just sketched in.
Yeah.
Whereas you're doing a house, a bridge, some factories, some planes. There's some signs over here that say something funny. Like, you're doing a whole thing. It's not just the one piece.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Cam.
But when it's not piecemealed, but when it's kind of Frankenstein like this, you can separate them up if you want to, and have each little piece have its own section of content.
Yeah, so I don't know how it's all going to go, y'all, but we're just playing it day to day, and my marketing guys are coming out with a whole store on my website, and those guys are at Aqua Elephant down in Fort Worth, and they are blowing my mind.
Yeah, check it out. They did the website, bradsmithart.com.
You know how us arty types get into talking about film or painting or Picasso or whatever? Those guys talk about numbers and how you can put connections together in different zones, and how they're, you know, our commercial goes all over the country, so it's not like it's just a simple out to Burleson. Even though we're just standing here in Burleson, Texas, it's just kind of cool how they know how to do all this stuff. I fortunately, you know, my wife used to handle all that stuff, but I can't even imagine them doing that. So artists really need somebody that handles that. So if you have an artist in your family, help them with that, would you?
We need it. We need the help.
We need the help. So what you can see is I'm putting some blue in there. I don't know how that looks, but I think it's looking pretty cool. I'm going to put some darker blue, because as I go along, the sun is setting.
Literally, it's about to start setting.
Yeah, so this is going to work out perfectly, because it's also sunset here. My plane stayed, if anybody was watching before. This plane is actually part of the other canvas, but now it's lost a wing because it's behind this canvas. So here we go. I'm tapping in. That was accidental. I don't know if you... Oh, I'm writing away. I don't know. You guys can see this. But I'm getting darker as we go here, because the sun is setting. And this blue is all but disappearing.
I'm going to lean this up a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. Much more dynamic, dramatic of a shot. Did you reshare this stream, Leafish?
I don't know.
Probably not.
No, I don't think I did. It's in my office if you want to get it.
Hey, kitty cat. Hello, Corona Cat. If any of our longtime viewers who kind of get familiarized with the characters, our Corona Cat has shown back up. And
oh, is that Lemon?
No, I wish.
That's the other one.
This is the brown one that
Sorry to
usually
bring up a sad subject.
usually shows up around 10 to kick us out of the studio, but she's here now trying to kick us out.
Okay, that's kind of looking cool. There's going to be a little bit of blue trickling through here, but just a little bit.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Cam. He's really got a plan for me here. Now, one thing is you don't want your paint tray to fall on your head, so you got to move your ladder gingerly. go. Kind of like watching Bob Ross, isn't it? Just a little bit bigger of a canvas. Now I'm painting the deepest background because in here I'm going to put this bridge that's over in Dallas. So this has got to be extreme foreground.
I have the
here.
bridge here, right here. There you go. Famous
You got that?
arch bridge.
So I'm going to put this little curve up here so it'll look real modern next to this old house. And then this will be the depth.
I think
going
this show
back
is
here.
actually more this old house than it is Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Kind of more meditative, long form.
Yeah. Old guys.
Old guy making one thing the entire season.
Yeah. You're onto something there.
But you're learning the whole time. You feel like you're productive, even if you're not doing anything.
I lost it. It's a constant challenge. In the replay of me painting the background, you can see the huge metal tray fly off through the air, and it missed me because I jumped off the ladder and went the other way, I think.
Oh, so it was sitting on top of the ladder, and you
Yeah.
moved the ladder, and then it
Yeah.
almost
So
decapitated you.
in the playback, if you ever
If you can find it. It's time lapse. It might not have catched it. But.
I don't know.
Caught it? Catch it. I don't know.
Okay, now here's something fun. It's time to start putting some purple in there because the sun is setting.
Where'd you go?
Hold on, I gotta get the purple.
There we go.
A brand new thing of purple. I just have to find it. Here it is.
He went to the Walmart and braved, and Lowe's, didn't you? Where did the
I
paint?
got this at Lowe's the other day when I went. With my mask on,
Lowe's has been pretty decent.
safe distancing. Okay. Here we go, y'all.
It says our internet's going a little slow, so I apologize. I mean, we're still live, but I apologize to anybody if we are a little glitchy, or if we cut out every once in a while. There's also a bunch of construction happening on they're cutting down not power lines, but trees to make way for the power lines, so we might cut out here in a little bit, but so long as the stream actually doesn't cut, that's all that matters. Anyway, we're
Okay,
back.
here's what I'm doing. Is this sun, there's a shadow coming up in here. Purple shadow. Okay, I'm feeling it. I'm super stoked about it. It just feels right. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I see it. I think that would look cool because I gotta kind of make a background for that bridge because the bridge is going to be white with all these white stripes.
I love that band.
Me too. With the lines on it are going to be real white. So,
Does Brad Smith plan out his color palette beforehand, other than like a sunset color?
not really. I like to do these sunsets about the same every time.
You kind of already, the colors so well that you don't really need to.
There's no planning. I like just doing it more in the moment. Like, okay, this purple is going to look beautiful. When I saw that blue, I've got enough blue in here, I think, to transition from the other painting. When I get over there, I'll pull this back into the other painting.
Hold on. Let's see if we can hear the coyotes. Let me put the microphone out there. There's the police. Can anybody hear that? There's sirens going on, so the coyotes are going.
We've got some land back there we let the coyotes live on, as long as they don't jack with the horses.
And they don't.
It reminds me, I do need to check that. Or see how everything's going back there, because it's a wild land back there.
I hope anyone was able to hear that. We'll have to play that back and see, because that was cool.
That is
It was cool from over here.
Especially at night, it's a little creepy, but
It makes you realize how many are out there.
Yeah, we did catch a live bobcat one time. Those are hard to catch, but we caught one.
Used a cat trap.
Yeah, the ranger said that was the first one they caught live. But I mean, he was just out roaming.
He was probably hungry.
Eating all the chickens. Yeah, well, that's why we don't have a chicken house up anymore. But, you know, it is cool being out here. We've got a roadrunner just coming by a couple times yesterday. Or when was that?
It was,
when the marketing team was here?
Yeah, now he was here just a second ago, too. Nowhere near the road, of course, but I think my dog scared him.
Your dog scares me, too.
Well, she's pretty strong. She's macho.
Kind of like other people around here.
Sookie?
No, that idiot that was on that workout video.
I don't think he was macho. I think he was showing off.
Showing off the buck.
Showing off too much. Overcompensating is the phrase they use.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was. I don't know.
He was wearing a headband for crying out loud.
That was a common thing you would see. He probably had a Corvette out in the parking lot. You
Probably.
just didn't see it.
Probably a Harley. He's probably on the Supreme Court right now. That was some good muttering to yourself. Trying to figure out if you should go down the line of political jokes.
No, man. There is nothing wrong with a good frat bro.
There's quite a few things wrong with the stereotype of one.
I mean, John Wick wouldn't appreciate it.
I think he would. I think he probably should. In fact, in John Wick, the bro that killed his dog and shot his car, he was pretty bro-y. He was a Russian
That's
bro.
true.
He was partying and stuff. And then
Second generation kind of thing. You're right.
Hold on, I gotta get my dog. Suki, where you at?
Now, anybody that wants to see something cool now is I'm adding a little red in here because I like that blue, but camera doesn't want me to keep transitioning down the canvas, but it's really hard not to. When you're doing sky, you do the sky. I'll get to the land part later. The sky looks already really cool, so I'm digging that. I'm just going to leave that and let it dry. So I've got to move over here. I'll do it while he's gone. He won't even notice. Okay, I'm going to head this way. I'm here to paint. Okay, I've added a little red into my purple, okay? I don't know if you guys can see this. See that color? There's red in the purple. So now what I'm going to do is start tapping it into this blue, because it's got to get darker back here because the sun's setting. See how that looks cool having that red in there? Because all my colors down here are very warm. So the more red I can put in there, the easier it is going to be to tap this color around and carry it all the way through the painting until it's over.
Who told you you could move my camera?
Huh?
Who told you you could move my camera?
It accidentally did it. It's a
yeah?
GoPro, my friend.
It was accidental.
There's an
It's robotic.
Yes.
Since when did you install the gimbal?
It's sensing my movement, man.
I don't think that's how this works.
Anyway, so that's looking cool. And now, so, hello, Phoebe. Hello, baby. So what I'm going to now do is tap a little of this same color in here, just because you want to carry it in. This is the second part of it. Sorry, Cam, I have to paint on my wall.
That's unnecessary.
But the purple looks good up there, too.
But you'll transfer it to the Corona canvas wall that doesn't exist.
No, there's one. You go back and look at the video. There's a wall where the sun was coming in. I can paint that whole thing on that wall.
It's on the back wall, though.
Yeah, but who cares?
There's like a ledge behind it.
If it's sky and it's on the wall, who cares? It'll just look like a mural that's 20 feet tall. I painted the mural 20 feet tall on the other side of the building. On the exact other side of that wall.
That doesn't have anything to do with what's going on the inside, though.
You go back and look at that video and tell me that there's not a spot on that wall that could be a fantastic...
There's not. The mural goes straight up to the top of the wall, and then it sets it...
Well, that's the sheetrock wall, but I could actually put it up on that other wall that's above that sheetrock wall.
So you'd cover up all the windows?
No, paint around, leave the windows and paint around the wall that's holding the windows in place, and you still have sky all the way up there, 20 feet up. I mean, I'm talking about an immersive experience, Cameron. Not kind of immersive, I'm talking really immersive.
Our internet is suddenly real slow for some reason. Oh, no, now it's fast again.
Okay, y'all.
It's not that we're cutting it off, it's not the aggregator, it's just the stream itself for some reason, but... So sorry if we're a little splotty or laggy.
Am I still on?
Yeah, we're all still on. Yeah, you
want to move that microphone?
There's only so far I can take it.
Just, okay, right there, that'll be good.
This is no different than where it was.
Okay, I'm just trying to make this a little darker. I'm going to go back over it, but I'm trying to draw this darkness back in here, behind here. That's why when I base toned it, I put some dark orange in there so I would know where it should start to fade out. Now some of this blue back in here, behind there, because when it turns to night, it'll turn to blue before it turns to black. Really dark blue, so it's good to go ahead and get a little bit of the blue in there. And I think that looks cool. You're starting to refine this other piece here. You could use a little bit more of the purple. There's that purple. See, I told you this. It all. Okay. Now I'm far away from my microphone, so I'm going to start yelling like a stepfather. I mean, no.
Like I have to do over your loud music?
My loud rock and roll, old funky, old guy music. I have been listening to new music. So
He went through like the entire Beck discography the other day.
Yes, the whole thing. And I'm loving all this new music y'all have. Queens of the Stone Age, I listened to that. That was cool.
That was something. John Wick wouldn't appreciate it.
John Wick doesn't appreciate good music. Only retro cars. Really fast retro cars. You stole my car and insulted my dog.
You yelled at my dog.
Okay, y'all, this is starting to look cool. I'm getting excited about this. I'm going to try to quit doing comedy and focus on painting.
Were you ever trying?
Well, not really. I was trying to do a John Wick, but it's over.
It's
now.
a work in progress.
It's not working, so I'm moving on.
That never stops you. You usually repeat the same phrase over and over until you get it.
Brad John Wick. I think that's coming along. Do you realize I'm getting too far down?
I mean, yeah,
Is
you
that
have this
possible?
whole time.
Okay.
Maybe stay in the yard.
I've got another idea then. I'll go a different direction, alright? Let me change directions real quick for Cameron.
Well, I'm
This
just...
seems to bother him. That
And no, it's future us, because I don't want you to... We need to be able to have stuff to do next week.
Oh, no, I hear you. I got a whole painting here. I'll just have to drive to Dallas and get some canvas. Can
Yeah.
anybody see me over here?
Barely.
Cameron, do you have a remote mover for the other camera so they can see this fantastic
Well,
stroke
if
of
you would
my
stay
pen?
to the plan, maybe I wouldn't have to.
I'm sorry, I had to do the die when the sky appears. You can't shut that down, my friend. There. Oops, sorry. Sorry, brush.
Karen says it's partially because we blew our eardrums out 40 years ago.
Yeah, we did.
The music being so loud.
Yes. That's how John Wick drives his car. I'm sorry I'm stuck on the John Wick thing, y'all.
He watched it last night. He was totally inspired.
Last night and I couldn't go to sleep. It got me so wound up. I take these things very seriously. That action on that movie was spectacular. I've never seen anything that good. That was fantastic.
I'm not sure why he was so obsessed with the John Wick, but
You reminded me of me.
I don't know how.
Because they insulted his dog.
I mean, that does happen a lot. Scruffy makes it pretty easy, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why our stream... It keeps lagging, y'all. So, but sometimes it's really fast, and then sometimes it's really slow.
I'm the same way.
I know. It's a problem.
He sees it as a problem. I see it as a total perk.
Okay, seems to be stabilizing. I don't know. What did I say about touching my camera?
I didn't touch the camera. I touched the thing that holds it.
You already almost dropped it on the floor earlier.
Hey, man. I'm doing a show here, people.
If we were unionized, you'd get in trouble. Touching the camera.
He's an elderly man.
There we go. Okay, stream seems to be okay now.
Alright, thank you.
Hopefully. Well, I shouldn't have said that.
So you quit talking about it.
I'm gonna move closer to the Wi-Fi. Excuse me, Triple.
Alright. So now what I'm doing is painting a little bit of sun reflecting off of here. But not much, because this is almost turning into night scene. The next, if I have another canvas up there, I'll come and stretch it and paint over that Bill Clinton.
Stop trying to paint over the Bill Clinton. It's everyone's favorite.
Nobody wants to see it anymore.
Every time someone comes over, they're like, I love the Bill Clinton. It's my favorite.
Alright.
I don't know what you mean by nobody wants to see it.
Nobody wants to buy it, I guess is what I meant to say.
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
Nobody wants a giant Bill Clinton in their living room. Not even Hillary Clinton.
I'm not sure where a lot of these... The problem with you doing these large-size paintings is that they're really cool, but they're not very practical.
No. Nobody really needs this product.
They're really cool to see in real life, but
something I just do for my own pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm hoping after I die, somebody will buy them off of you.
I think the same problem...
Especially if I can lock it into some sort of freaking national pandemic, if something like that would have happened.
That's true. Hopefully that'll happen.
If the president ever got caught having an affair with an intern, that would be a good subject for a painting somebody might want.
Well, it worked out once for you.
Nobody even remembers who I or Bill Clinton is. These are the kind of things I think about while I'm painting. Mostly just talking to myself. Not out loud, but, you know.
Sometimes.
Not on purpose.
The reason he has so many pets is so he can talk to them and not seem
Yeah.
crazy.
We're politically aligned. Most mean the dogs. Now, do you think I should just go onto the wall here? No. I'm
No.
kidding. Karen wouldn't allow it. Neither would your mom. That would have been a stupid thing to ask.
Especially because there's a lot of wall there.
Okay. This is going to be a cool section right in here, whoever wants to buy this piece. This is going to be a nice whole giant piece right there. This is going to be awesome. Okay. Okay, this is coming in strong, people. Purple's advancing over the yellow. The yellow ochre is losing its lead.
You don't even like okra.
Yellow ochre.
Green
was
okra.
Picasso's favorite color. How
Fine
can I not
okra.
love it? Yellow ochre.
Excuse me, Turtle. Alright, I'm moving closer to the Wi-Fi.
Whoa. Everybody can see the sun is setting over here. Much less sky. Now I'm adding some red. Going back into some red so this can get really, really dark with the purple. You might even get into some blue over there.
Not blue.
Yes.
So edgy.
So itchy.
Okay, let's see if that helps.
Anybody that can see, this has got a bunch of that red and purple mix on it. I'm gonna have to add. some
I've moved
darker
significantly closer to
shades
the.
of blue to make it really come together. But to me, I can feel the shadow sitting on these orange clouds coming back in here. And the orange is this part that's still capturing the rays of the sun from all the way over there. You can almost feel it when you're up here on this cloud, that there's a whole thing happening there. And it feels good. Feels like this is really working. Bring these clouds together. Remember, the sun is over there, and this is how it is in reality as far as the Dallas skyline. And this is just the second part of the Dallas skyline that we're painting tonight. Anybody can see that. I'm loving it. This is looking good. Now I'm going to do the same thing here, but I got to add darker blue in there. Blue can, dark blue. Oh, no, let me get a darker black going in there, maybe. I'm not sure, but it's got to get darker all of a sudden. It needs to get darker over there because the sun is completely setting. I'm going to need a bigger tray. So.
Okay. I closed my YouTube stream and popped out the chat, so hopefully that means the bandwidth won't be being stolen so much from our own stream. So hopefully that will mean that we're a lot more healthy. We have a nice, healthy, strong stream, and won't. It appears to have been working. We'll see. It was getting pretty laggy there for a little bit. Not because of the aggregator's fault.
This conversation's getting laggy. I'm just kidding. You converse however you want, yeah.
Sorry, I just know that our viewers probably don't like to get headaches from the lag, so I'm trying to care about them. But if you don't want me to, that's fine.
No, you do whatever you want. That's what I said. You're the director. I just have to keep.
No, it does seem like that was the problem. We were getting, because to have the chat, I had to have the stream open, but I figured out a way to have the chat without the. Because we got to see what Karen has to say.
Yeah, I know.
Karen, you were lagging our stream this whole time, but I fixed it. So now we should be good.
All right.
Because we usually stream at about a megabyte per second, which is not very much, but it's enough. And we're going down to like 0 megabytes per second, which is way too. Are you getting paint all over my camera?
No, not at all.
Because you did earlier.
Not on the camera. Maybe I understand.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Cameron, is that really relevant now at this point in
On
this
the
paint?
camera, there's paint on.
Hey, you own it, right? You're not renting this son of a gun.
No. I want it to
Man,
look nice
who
though.
wants to buy the friggin' camera that was used during the production of the Corona canvas?
I mean, we can
Tell
auction
me
it off.
about it.
I'm fine with that.
This is gonna go in the Burleson History Museum.
It does. It would probably look pretty cool with it's straight black. It would probably look pretty cool with some color on it.
Yeah. that's
So
what
long
I'm
as it's
calling
still functional.
it. I mean, it goes without saying it's gonna have some paint on it. Doesn't it?
No, luckily my actual camera doesn't have any paint on it.
No, you're lucky for that. Alright, y'all, this is getting good. I'm so psyched that I'm getting into some darker tones that when you paint for over a month on the same painting and it's all like, you're like, man, I can't wait to paint something else.
Something pretty.
Yeah, the shades.
Our eyes just like these like darker, more relaxed tones.
Yeah, I do too. It's a lot more fun to paint, I'm telling you. Anybody see what's happening there? I'm getting a bunch of nice blues coming in from the edge. Pushing that cloud out. Now everybody realize there's a shortage of paint, but it shouldn't matter because you can just go to your Lowe's Home Decorating Center or anywhere and buy quarts of acrylic latex
Used for house
that
paint.
you use for house paint. They have every color and they are fantastic. And they all blend together very nicely. I just use flat because Cameron's always photographing it, but you can use whatever sheen you like. If you have little kids and you're doing a kid's room, sometimes it's better to use a little bit of a satin or something you can wipe off. Flat's a little too flat. It doesn't wipe as well. So just something to think about.
Here's something to think about. Hold on.
What is it?
It's Scruffy Cam.
Oh, Scruffy.
Good boy.
He's a good boy.
He looks nervous.
That's my wife's dog, Scruffy.
He doesn't. He's camera shy. If you can't tell.
And then there's this one, Charlie. He goes to work with us every day. And Phoebe.
You'll see them in all the videos.
Yes.
At least popping up like Easter eggs.
Kind of like the neighbors used to.
Mm-hmm.
We have the best neighbors in town, though.
I wouldn't go that far.
Always welcome here, Cameron. You know that's true.
Tell that to the gate we just built.
Hey, that was not for them. That
To the
was
fence.
to keep the dogs in.
The dog's in and the people out.
Well, Cameron, you're getting quite a following, I have to say. Everybody keeps telling me, I keep hearing, people are telling me, Cameron, that you have never looked so handsome in your whole life. That you really...
They haven't been paying attention.
They said that you are...
Tell that to the Quarantine 15.
You are looking more handsome than ever. So I just wanted to mention that to you as your father.
You've said that literally my whole life, so whatever.
Okay, well, it keeps getting better. That's a good thing. Because some of us get worse looking.
Well, some of us don't give ourselves haircuts.
Well, that's true. I don't have anybody to impress, though. Just you.
You have a whole internet audience.
Oh, they don't care, man. I'm not here to look like John Travolta. I'm getting paint all over me.
Why is John Travolta your go-to reference?
Well, I mean, he was pretty cool.
I don't think he was ever...
Oh,
in the 70s, he was seen as an
Vinny,
icon.
Vinny Barbarino! Hey, Vinny Barbarino!
Not good.
Hey, Dave Denzel knows Vinny Barbarino!
This is
Who can tell that's a
relevant.
Who can tell that's a sunset? That's what I want to know. Because I certainly can, y'all, and I am loving it. See the shadow side coming in there? Coming in strong, taking over the highlights. Look at that. As the cameraman walks past without adjusting the shot. He's got so much confidence in his stuff. He doesn't even care where the artist is at.
I actually fixed the shot before I left, after you messed it up. Now I'm hitting it again. We're not even supposed to be down here.
I cannot slow the roll, my friend. Jeff Smith, tell Cameron to leave me alone. Scotty, come over here.
I'm the director.
Check this kid up, my God. Take him back to Austin. Jeez. What I have to go through in this world.
Marina says she's missing all the fun dropping in for spirits.
Oh, awesome, Marina.
I don't know what that means, but good to see you, Marina.
Yeah, good spirits. That's what we like. Painting should be a really fun atmosphere. We're not about no fun on the set. Cameron does all his movies and insists that everybody's loose and improv-y. And this is something we should give a little credit to the Fox 4 show, Good Day. When we were on that show, there's like 6 people in this giant studio, and they can sit around and make jokes and laugh. And in the commercial breaks, they come up to you and give you funny jokes you can say. And then it's just kind of cool, man. So why would you want to have a tense environment? I suggest every work environment should be like this. As long as you have plexiglass in between each worker. I did notice that. That was quite a change.
Oh, in the...
Yeah.
At Lowe's and everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, man. That was weird.
Well, you gotta have sneeze guards.
Hey, man, they're changing. I can't believe how fast they printed up those stickers for the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
HEB had that
Man,
before
that's crazy.
anything.
I was impressed. Now, speaking of impressed, is anybody impressed with this? Because this is starting to look good.
I don't know if anyone can see it because our internet is so slow suddenly.
I'm getting pretty excited about this camera. I've got the shadow coming in here. This can come up here.